I wonder if they're gonna clear this. Oh, my god, the bounty!
Beautiful transfer from Paul.
Cookie is still boosting up. Cookie is still boosting.
Oh, but then Piggy gets it!
And a beautiful spray down from Axios. He gets a third as well,
beautiful.
and a fourth.
We'll be casting the best of 3 today. Be a hype matchup. Both teams should be ready, and we'll be entering Champ Select in a sec. So, who do you think is going to take the victory today, Sam?
I'm not sure. Both teams are very evenly matched from what I can tell. A lot of high elo plays on both sides. I'm particularly looking to see like how the meta is going to be different from last UCC tournament, and whether we're going to see like different champs in mid lane and jungle compared to before. But I have my money on Emphis, I guess, and his team.
Yeah. The meta definitely has changed, but yeah, we'll be going into the pro draft for match 1. Since Beans was the highest seed qualifying from the group stage, they'll determine which side they want to be on for the first game, it's the big blue side.
Yeah.
And we have the Ornn ban first, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Sam?
Interesting Ornn ban first. Not sure how good he is at the moment, but it is like the premier tank top, so they might be looking to play a carry top in top lane from Beans. Evelyn ban from 5-1 team is also interesting. You don't see that very often, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't think Evelyn is that suited in the meta, but maybe Beans team's jungler has just really come from Evelyn.
Yeah.
They wanted to take him down in terms of this
Mhm.
probably.
Evelyn is quite strong when you're coordinated because of that invis, able to really quickly burst down champs. We also see a Ziggs ban from Beans, probably a bot lane ban would be my guess.
That the Ziggs passive with the W, just a tower demolitionist, just I think
Yeah.
really good ban here from Beans.
And Ziggs has been, I think, increasing in usage in the meta, especially in the recent patches. Oh, we do see the Orianna ban, which is one of the premier mid laners that I was looking out for. Between Orianna Syndra, maybe Ahri Azir, but Orianna is definitely, I think, the strongest at the moment. Very
Typical really strong team fight control mage champion. Yeah, with that
and obviously
man
that
shockwave.
R shockwave, yeah.
Yeah. Just
Great
really strong
engage
ability, honestly, in general.
objectives. Oh, Ivan ban in the jungle.
Yeah, it seems Star Doc, I believe, the jungler, he was playing a lot of Ivan in group stages, so I think that was a
Okay,
bit
interesting.
targeted towards him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see like a Maokai or Jarvan ban now.
Honestly, if it's a really good Ivan player and they get ahead, like his entire team is just
Yeah,
killable
that
because of
is
just
true.
Ivan as a champion. So it's not even that bad of a bet.
Orianna and Syndra ban. It's looking like they're actually double banning the mid lane. So
But
it's like a target ban.
I'm pretty sure emphasis on AD carry this tournament, no?
Oh yeah, so maybe they were just afraid of the mid laner.
Yeah, maybe they're afraid of switching back to mid. Not too sure.
Yeah, it's
But,
called the blue side first pick. I'm assuming they didn't want to leave it open two
Yeah.
strong mid lanes.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Ezreal
Ezreal first pick here.
Yeah, pretty
Definitely a
strong.
comfort pick. I believe it should be just Reddish Bean or I believe Emphas back on the Ezreal. I saw him playing a couple games with Ezreal during the group stages.
Yeah, and we saw during Worlds, Ezreal being used by Crowny, piloted by a lot of players in the playing stage. We might see something similar to that here. And Ezreal obviously has always been quite strong, very high skill cap character. Jinx though, picks on for 5-1 team. What do you think of that?
Yeah, just I do think the Jinx buffs are out. I believe she gets bonus HP. Especially towards level 18 as well or something. Just really strong chat. I believe there was also an attack speed sort of build
I think
that's been trending lately.
yeah, and also I think the passive stacking now like works from kills, so she can snowball very quickly.
Yeah,
Oh, the Jinx Seraphine one
I
too.
think that's just the bot lane just out from 5-1 team.
Yeah.
Insta. The Jinx
And we do
Seraphine
see the
though.
Jarvan. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I was kind of scared of giving up a free Maokai for 5-1 team, but it looks like Beans is actually taking the Jarvan instead. We're considering it.
Yeah, I mean, if they do go for the Maokai, it'll be a kind of poke heavy comp with Ezreal and Maokai. So I think either option could work. They definitely do need some hard engage, like what the J4 Cataclysm with the EQ could offer. So
Yeah, exactly. And I think the J4 also in the current Doran's meta with Spear Shojin, it's very tanky, able to engage really hard, especially on the Jinx, who if she doesn't have flash, will get engaged on very hard. Leona in the bot lane though, on the third pick.
I'm not too sure about Ezreal Leona being a bot lane here. They don't usually
A comfort pick, honestly.
yeah, might be just a comfort pick. I think usually Ezreal might be a bit better if you have like a hook champion perhaps.
Yeah.
But it could just result down to comfort here, honestly.
Yeah, and so it's Ezreal Leona versus Jinx Seraphine. That Seraphine's gonna be looking to burst a lot harder, but Leona Ezreal with the strong early game engage if they hit level 3, I think. Especially if they get a stun on the Jinx or anything like that. Seraphine's probably gonna build something like Leandri's or Ryla, and Ryla is looking to poke. In lane phase, the Poppy in the top lane from 5-1 team.
A Poppy pick that could honestly be a flex, right? Because Poppy jungle right now is still I still think it's still a decent pick, especially into the Jarvan EQ with the Steadfast Presence W. It's actually a really good counter pick into the Jarvan as well.
Exactly.
And also the Poppy ultimate is just a really strong utility, especially when
I do like that pick. Also into the
going for
Leona as
objectives.
well. And
Yeah.
Ezreal Blink, Ari ban and Jax ban. Jax ban top lane. Oh, interesting. Oh, Jax ban top lane to cover if Poppy's jungle flex. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
I mean, Jax is just a really strong champion right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've seen him at Worlds do wonders.
Also, notice 5pix1 team triple mid lane ban. With the Ari being banned as well. So
Yeah.
I wonder what mid lane 5pix is going. Is it actually? Do you think it's Seraphine mid potentially? I don't think so, right? And I haven't seen
Honestly, I really don't like the Jinx Seraphine combo. I think it's much better if you pair Jinx with an actual like attack speed buffing in channel or just a hard engage CC support. So if it's actually Seraphine mid, it could and just they want to just put Seraphine mid and just have a passively farm, it could not be a bad idea in my opinion as well.
Interesting, dude. So double topside ban Jax Renekton. So okay, honestly, if the Poppy, if they flex Poppy to top side, then Beans can do a counter pick now. But 5pix1 team with the 4 bans on mid, like I honestly don't know what they do. Yeah, so Poppy is going on top.
It does seem it's a Lilia jungle here with a Poppy top, with the top bans coming in. We'll see what Beans are actually trying to cook though with 3 top lane bans without picking their top laner. They're probably just wanting to ban all the counter picks for this champion that they have for top lane, it seems. And after all the mid lane bans, it seems they're looking towards a Victor, just another really strong control mage that just
Oh
scales and
yeah,
gets.
I just forget about Victor. That scaling is gonna be pretty nasty to deal with to kind of like that Jinx scaling as well. Olaf top.
Just an Olaf.
Is this Adam? Are we seeing Adam?
Could be, honestly. Yeah, it is one of Adam's infamous champs, Olaf. But I'm actually really curious in how Poppy and Olaf actually lanes out because like even though Poppy is a tank, she's actually really strong during the laning phase if you can actually land both sides of your Q.
Yeah,
but it's actually a Scion, so
what is going on? Wait, what?
is it just a Scion mid into a Victor?
It could be. Is it no? Could any of these go support? Like Poppy, Lilia, Sound? Do you think any of them could go support?
Poppy support, Seraphine mid, maybe. That might be a play.
Yeah, I feel like Lilia. Is there a Lilia jungle on mid? I feel like I don't know. This draft is really interesting from 5pix1 team.
Beans, they're going for a pretty traditional draft. Like it should be pretty obvious where everyone is going, but I'm really not sure about 5pix1 team. It honestly could even be Lilia top for all we know and Poppy jungle. So I'm actually really curious to see what roles.
Here, I would have no idea what to expect. The only thing I could lock in is the Jinx ADC.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so... I mean, yeah, honestly, they can be pretty confused. Like you wouldn't know who you're laning against, which is really interesting. So whether taking armor or actually MR into the game is actually worth some thinking towards the Beam side.
This is actually quite an interesting comp as well. We see the Ezreal Victor, two like decent poke champs around objectives. Jarvan and Leona hard to engage on the Beam side, but we do also have to point out that the Jarvan Olaf combo does have a bit of an issue. We saw it several times in pro play with like Adam as well. If the Jarvan R's, the Olaf can't actually get in to the Cataclysm. So that's an interesting situation.
Yeah, and also I do think they're going with an approach for having Ezreal, Jarvan, Olaf just carrying them through the mid game and having just this ultimate scaling monster and Victor. Pulling them through if they actually make it to late game, because it does seem Jinx as a champion does scale a lot better than Ezreal. Once Ezreal gets past 3 items or so, Jinx will really show how worthy she is as a champ, especially after the buffs recently too.
Exactly, and we do have the Sion R engage as well. Like you have a lot of decent engage on 5pix1 team. Your Sion R, Lilia can land a lot of poke with Seraphine as well. So honestly, the Seraphine Lilia versus Victor Ezreal poke battle around objectives is going to be very interesting. It's gonna come down to who can land the most poke first and then force the other team to engage first, I think.
Yeah, but don't forget that what's really good for 5pix1 team is they have the Poppy ultimate when they're actually fighting for objectives. Yeah, like that ultimate can actually just knock them out if they actually want to. So Beans needs to be really wary on that part. But what Well, one other thing to notice is the Olaf Ragnarok Unstoppable can actually deny the Poppy ult as well. So it's very interesting to see how the Olaf player would utilize the Ragnarok against the comp. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, this is kind of a hard game to play Jinx. Honestly, you have an Olaf, Jarvan, and Leona just running at you. Yeah, it's also just really important to see how the rest of 5 picks 1 team decide to peel for this Jinx, to actually have some space to deal damage, get some orders off. Otherwise, it could just go away with the Beans victory here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, especially with that Poppy W to counteract any engage that Jarvan and Leona throw out. But she can get run down by Olaf as well, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how
Yeah.
it works, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah, and we'll also be looking for obviously like the Lilia. Obviously, Lilia. Both probably going to go for something like on lines of Rylai's Leandries would be my guess. That poke is going to be discussed in the team.
yeah, definitely. We will be going to champs like just really soon. We're just getting the players to just pick their champs.
Yeah.
The reason we do pro draft is just in case not all the champs are unlocked by every player, and so they will have access to every champ beforehand. So yeah, honestly, which comp do you think was picked better, Sam? Out of these two?
Okay. In terms of like regularity, right? I would say Bean's team is obviously more regular. It's
Yeah,
much
definitely.
team. 5x1 team, I think they have to play on the Poppy very well. If the Poppy misplays in any way with either W or R, they're gonna get collapsed on really hard by Bean's team. However, I do also feel like if played correctly around team fights, it's very patient on 5pigs team. Their poke is going to be a lot better. So I feel like I actually like their draft more. And also I'm obviously concerned about that Jarvan Olaf Leona combo. It is a little bit confusing to me. But you know, it seems very balanced at the moment. I'll need to see how the Poppy plays, especially in lane against the Olaf. I'm wondering which one's gonna come out ahead.
And we're actually not even sure where
Exactly,
the
yeah.
champs are actually going, right? Until the players locked in. So
Yeah.
yeah. But as I was gonna mention, I actually do like the Beans team comp here. I think it's actually just a really strong team comp, especially during the mid game. Once Ezreal peaks with 3 items, along with just Olaf and Jarvan, etc. They do kind of fall off a bit as the game goes longer. But I do think mid game is actually really important, and these players are extremely talented, and they should be able to capitalize off an extremely mid game
And also
dominant team
objectives
comp.
are gonna be really important here. Like,
Yeah.
or do they bring them all together for poke on both sides? And I feel like, as you said, the mid game, whoever wins the mid game, and like gets, for example, Soul Point first or Baron, their late game scaler between Victor and Jinx, their one will ramp up much faster and probably put them ahead enough to win at the end game. Would be my guess.
You did mention that 5picks 1 team did have a lot of poke. I must agree that with the Lilia E and Jinx W and Seraphine abilities. But keep in mind that their team is also a decent front to back comp, with the Scion and Poppy just standing in front and just creating space for the Jinx to fire off some autos. And also just how the Lilia ult will actually function into this as well. Like if we've seen those Q flash into the ultis, this could be pretty bad for Beans if that ulti does land on Victor or Ezreal actually.
Also, I want to ask you: do you think this is an Ezreal cleanse game into like Lilia Seraphine?
I don't think a lot of Ezreal's run cleanse, just because Ezreal is quite a mobile champ in general, and I do think it. One pretty bad thing about Jinx is that her laning phase isn't really strong. I'd say Ezreal is a much stronger laner in terms of lane than Jinx, so it's probably a lot better if Ezreal goes for a more combat heavy summoner spell to try to get that early game lead going, as their team does get outscaled the more later the game goes.
Yeah. So something like heal probably. Usually it's a heal flash or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it'll be interesting to like in the mid to late game. Ezreal has to play really carefully to not get caught by like either Lilia Sleep, or Poppy W or like Seraphine Root as well.
I don't think
Uh,
Poppy W works on Ezreal E. It's a blink.
oh, true.
Poppy W only works on dashes. Yeah, but yeah, like Ezreal does need to be careful about the Poppy E as well.
Oh yeah,
Like this could go
that one.
really bad. Like yeah, if he's next to a wall and Poppy sees an opportunity
Mhm.
to flash E, that's just a free engage
Yeah,
for five
exactly.
picks one team, and they have so much follow up with like just like Lilia Sleep, Sion just running in at him with the ulti as well. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But even I'd say Beans does have a more team fight oriented team, sort of, with the Jarvan Victor. But
Mhm.
we do need to be careful of the Seraphine ulti as well on 5x1
Oh
team.
yeah.
That when that ulti goes through everyone, I
Yeah.
think it's just
Yeah.
I think that team
Yeah.
fight's just over, man.
I could definitely see something like Jarvan EQRs in once the Poppy W is down, and then Seraphine counters with like a
Yeah, and the
with
Seraphine just
EQR
counters
wave.
the engage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
and then that puts Jarvan out of position, especially because it hits everyone inside that cataclysm.
so it's really just really challenging how Beans is going to engage, because I do think with their comp they're going to be the ones primarily looking for an engage, as the red side they really just probably want to try scale up a bit,
Yeah,
and they're
exactly.
probably only going to play counter engage and all of
Yeah,
that.
I feel like both teams. Obviously, Five Picks has I think a little bit better front to back with Sion and Poppy, but Beans also does have the Jarvan if he's building tank, Leona and Olaf. That is very stressing over our front line as well. It's gonna be front to back for both, like teams. I think.
Yeah, to some extent, but I don't think like most of the time the Scion should be peeling for the Jinx with Poppy engaging. I do think if this happens, but while on the blue side, like I do think Jarvan and Olaf are really trying to look for the backline Jinx here, and
Yeah.
Ezreal. Yeah, I think one of the other reasons they picked Ezreal is because this champ has a decent amount of self peeling, a decent amount of mobility. So when his front line actually just runs in and tries to take in the back line, he can still do damage very safely.
Yep. So yeah, I think around team fights, you already have to look for like a lot of flanking. From blue team, if they can get a good angle to catch this Ezreal off guard, especially if his E has been baited out already, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that can work
And
out.
yeah, especially with this comp, I do think the Leona should be trying to
Mhm,
provide some space for the Ezreal as well.
definitely.
Yeah.
And obviously late game Ezreal with all that CDR reduction from his passive, is gonna have his E up a lot, so it's gonna be much harder to catch him as well. So I think around the mid game you're gonna have to like just look to see if he can use his E properly, and then late game he can just kind of be extremely slippery and hard to catch for 5 picks on team.
Even though Jinx is more of a late game powerhouse, definitely don't count Ezreal in the late game as well. If he is landing his Qs and like landing his full combo, he'll still do a
And
quite amount of damage toward
we might be
to Sion and
seeing the
Poppy.
OCE Hankyu, so who knows?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, interesting to see.
Yeah, we're going to get in game in approximately around a minute or so. Very curious to see where the champions are actually going for the red side here actually. Would you like to place a bet on where you think, let's say, Poppy is going, Sam?
Uh, if I feel like I feel like maybe something like Poppy Jungle would be my guess. I don't know.
You're saying jungle? Yeah.
I'm thinking between jungle or top at the moment, but
Yeah. I'm leaning towards top actually.
you're leaning towards top. Okay,
Yeah.
just to maintain diversity, I'll say Poppy jungle, maybe Sion top, maybe something like Lilia mid, would my guess.
Lilia mid?
Yeah,
Interesting.
maybe
I
something like
wouldn't. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't think it's Lilia mid. It's probably Sion and Poppy in the solo lanes, if I had to think. Actually, yeah, it's probably has to be Sion mid here, if I had to guess.
that. Okay.
Oh, does look like it. The Sion took Ghost and TP. So
Oh, yeah.
does it actually might be Poppy support is Aftershock with Exhaust.
Oh,
Fancy fee here.
what?
So
Oh yeah,
actually,
so it is probably
it's
it is Seraphine mid.
yeah, it's
Seraphine
actually Seraphine mid with Sion top. So
Yeah.
both of us were just extremely wrong with the booking.
Yeah, so it is
It's
actually yeah,
probably
Lilia
support there,
jungle.
yeah.
Probably support. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did mention earlier that Seraphine might be going mid, but I was leaning towards support. But as you said, Jinx Seraphine not a really good bot duo. So I guess they thought of that and just said, you know what, let's throw a Poppy in there.
They probably they initially wanted Poppy as a flex between top jungle and support.
Yeah.
And it did seem that at the end they decided to put Poppy support after the Leona pick was locked in,
Mhm.
since the Poppy W can really counter the Leona E, which
Oh,
is her
true.
primary form of engage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So
Sion pick might have something to do with the fact that what was it? There was a double top ban on, I think it was Jax and
Jackson Renekton.
yeah, and on top as well. Might have forced the Sion pick. But yeah, we also obviously the Sion scaling in late game. He's building full tank. He is actually going to be quite a menace as well.
Yeah. And we will be going into game now. We are loaded onto Summoner's Rift
Yep.
between Beans and 5Pigs, one team.
Yeah.
So interesting Summoner choices here. We do see that the Olaf opting for the Ghost, but I do think that is
Ooh, yeah.
pretty normal. But
Yeah,
he is going to be down a TP as compared to the Sion. So he does
I
need.
also agree with the exhaust on the Poppy support here. It's much better in laning phase into this all-in Ezreal Leona team.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Oh, and we do
Yeah.
see the cleanse from Ezreal as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That does. I mean, it still really does make sense. There's gonna be a Seraphine ult. There's gonna be a Lilia ult. Like that stuff really needs to. Like if you're caught with that in like a team fight, you're probably just ended up dead. So
Right now our lanes are a little bit messed up, but can be fixed later. At the moment though, I think it is going to be interesting to see. Are they? No, they're just looking for to see if there's any invaders. Just trying to catch it. But yeah, we're gonna see the bot lane rotating down.
yeah.
And looks like
So
Jarvan is
yeah,
starting.
do keep in mind that Jinx actually took Ghost here, which is actually I think a really good choice. After I think she realized that there's gonna be an Olaf and Jarvan just constantly running at her. So it's actually a good summoner icon choice here. Yeah, and
we're gonna have to see if Seraphine can kind of pressure the Victor here in mid lane early game at least, where he's not as strong. She's gonna want to try and get a lead.
yeah, and we do see that both junglers are actually starting top side, so they're going to be rotating down towards the bot side, and that's probably where the first gank is going to be, as expected. I do think, especially for 5Pigs, one team, if they have a Sai on top, they're probably going to play him weak side, and look at him just getting absolutely demolished right now by the Olaf. So and this Olaf pick into just tanky characters is actually just really strong early game. You should
it
be
is
able to
very
dominate
difficult,
lane.
and especially because Sion actually bought Carl as well. So his laning is not going to be as strong as, for example, Olaf who bought the Doran's Blade.
Yeah, as well. But just I really don't think there'll be anything going on in the mid lane going on between Victor and Seraphine. They probably should just be trying to farm and scale up.
Lilia actually finishes her top clear and then rushes the Dark Seal before going to for her bot clear as well. We see Jarvan is finishing his full clear, probably going to back and maybe look for a gank or go for like a level 3 or 4 bot gank as well.
Yeah. I do think both teams are probably gonna try fight for bottom scuttle here. But however, Seraphine, so 5Pigs one team, along with the Jinx Poppy, do have some lane power going on right now. So the Scuttle Crab is looking more favored to be
and also we do have to note
for...
that the counter gank from Jarvan in bot lane is a bit stymied because of there's a pink ward in sorry a normal ward in the blue side jungle at the moment.
Tribrush.
Yeah, Tribrush. So yeah, they do have a lot safer of a push up in bot lane at the moment. So Jarvan finished his full clear, is backing.
And I believe Lilia is just on crab right now, so Jarvan just has opted to give this up and is going for top scuttle, it seems. So
we're going for top crab. Could be looking for an aggressive play in top lane. However, Olaf is pushing Sion on the tower a bit, so it might not be a very viable gank.
we'll have to see Sion's healthy right now. If he's If Olaf actually takes his health down by quite a bit with all the trades going on, this could be a really simple dive for Olaf and Jarvan right now. But we do see Lilia is going to clear back towards his top side,
Yeah,
and it
Lilia
does seem like Jarvan might be looking for a dive angle here
Oh yeah, and
with Olaf, but he has been spotted by the ward though. Sion does have this information, but it seems like they are going to go for this dive. But however, the EQ
doesn't land
misses
the
though.
knock-up,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
the knockup barely misses, and the Sion will manage to walk away free.
Yeah, and we do see the Lily is also hovering Sion if they want to go for a gank, but looks like she's going to finish her top clear and probably back or rotate.
This would be a good gank here for Lilia, but
FNC.
we are going for a bit of a pause. There are some internet issues with, I believe, Bean's mid laner right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully his Wi-Fi is doing okay, but we'll hopefully be back in no
Yeah, so
time.
let's just discuss the current game state. We can see that Jinx has also bought the color as well. She started Doran's Blade, probably just for a little bit more lane pressure, which is why she was able to push in very hard with that Poppy support as well. But she is going color as well now, so she's looking to ramp up and scale very quickly.
The Carl was just a really strong buy for all AD carries lately. They really want to try hit their spike a lot faster with the extra gold that the Carl does give after killing some minions. Along with that, though, we do have the Dark still coming out of Lilia, so it does seem to suggest that she probably wants to be going for a more AP-esque build instead of the sort of half AP, half tank. We see some Lilias building like Frozen Heart and all of that stuff a bit earlier, but that does make sense, especially with the Sion and the Poppy already on their
and that
team, and they
benefits the
do
poke as well, right?
yeah, and they do need some AP threats because Seraphine, she doesn't do. I don't think she's enough right now. Just as an AP threat as well.
Seraphine will also be more poke and like CC as well. She is probably less burst apart from that R. Whereas Lilia can definitely do a lot of burst damage if she lands a good sleep, right? So
Yeah, if she lands that sleep along with her QW combo right afterwards while they are asleep. Yeah.
if we compare CS though, it looks like top lane at the moment. Olaf has been laying a lot of pressure onto the Sion as well, especially with that brief kind of top gank from Jarvan. That didn't work out, but did push Sion on the tower, allowing Olaf to like push that wave in even harder.
Yeah, but the Olaf does have a wave shoving into San right now, so I believe that CS differential will be lowered by a decent amount because that it does look like it's a big wave that's going to be shoved into Olaf's tower. Oh, sorry, San's tower after this. But take a look at the other lanes. It does seem it probably may be due to the lag that he has been having, but Victor is actually down quite a bit of CS right now to the Seraphine. Actually down 12 CS, but there is a mid wave shoving, but there will still be like sort of like a waves lead for Seraphine, so laning pretty well right now. Razor
and
low
that's not
24.
totally unexpected either, right? Because obviously Seraphine has that lost chapter already, meaning she has already gotten that reset off. Whereas Victor actually hasn't. He's still in that Doran's ring. So
Does make a lot of sense. I believe Seraphine probably has backed already and TP'd back out.
and we have
Probably.
unpaused.
Yeah. So we are back in game now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she TP back out. I can't tell if spectator bug or like she actually just went back.
She might still have TP according to the menu that we have.
Yeah,
But it does seem like Lilia is looking for an actual gank angle here. I think she has been spotted though by the ward when she was doing Krogs here.
It looks like this is going to be trying to like just bail out her Sion here. I mean her Sion here against the Olaf. It could be a good kind of gank there, unless that Olaf can hit 6. So once again, we have another pause. Likely for more internet issues, we might guess.
Yeah, it definitely is the mid laner for Beans that has DC'd again. So it seems like his internet hasn't been fixed right now. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I am actually curious about this interaction. If Olaf hits 6 and uses R, can Lilia actually sleep him?
No,
He can't, right?
No, he doesn't get slept.
Yeah, so if the Lilia goes for the gank here, and then Olaf can farm fast enough, and you can see his EXP, he's actually close to hitting 6, right? He's almost there. if he hits it, it could actually be it could turn out to be a very bad gank.
I really do not think if Lilia actually decides to go for this gank, this would go well. Silence HP is really low and he has no mana. I actually do think, especially with Lilia being level 4, I believe, and Olaf like really close to hitting 6, it could actually just be an insta just clicking R and turnaround for Olaf if he actually manages to hit 6 off this
I feel
wave.
like Olaf, like especially if he plays around that Lilia CC and counters it with the R, it could be a very easy turnaround to like a kill and maybe chasing down the Lilia as well with that increased movement speed.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, we do see Lilia probably opting away. She's just sitting in this tribal chat, actually like wasting a lot of time while Jarvan is just completely farming. It's and Olaf just flash E's and takes down the Silence
and
of
the
first
Lilia's
blood.
looking to actually finish him off here,
But I do think Lilia loses this. Olaf still has ulti, doesn't he? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Lilia
Olaf
just
still
has
has
to
ulti and the Q as
Olaf
well,
just
and
takes
that
him
is a
down
double
as
kill.
well. That's just an instant double kill for Monkey D. Tofu.
No,
It's such
that is not
just a
ideal.
really strong performance right now in the top lane with the Olaf after laning into just a free lane into the sound. But and it, like with the Lilia information being shown top, Jarvan just probably can take this Cloud Drake for free. Let's see if Lilia realizes just beelines right down to Dragon. I think she might have enough time if she actually just doesn't go for
She
Grom.
may barely get there on time, but with the Olaf back, honestly.
But we see Silent actually does take him down. This Q's gonna kill, and he takes down just another shutdown back. Yeah, this Olaf definitely is a bit greedy and not actually going for the back there after going down.
Yeah, no. I think the Sion instantly TP'd back as well because of the low respawn timer.
Yeah,
the instant TP back energy cut the Olaf off as well.
I do think if the Olaf decided to run towards the red side jungle here, but we do see like a bit of a kill pressure, and Gronk just solo kills Razorlaw with the Chaos Storm.
Yeah.
Being enabled,
and it looks like this is what happens when he is actually not lagging. We also saw the Seraphine actually miss the entire R there.
Yeah, I think the Seraphine wanted to go for a bit of a kill there, but with the R going, that's just a free.
Yeah.
That's just good information.
And Olaf does get hit by the Q here, but keep in mind the Sun has no mana, so he actually is looking for a back here. He might get run down if he's not careful.
I don't think this is going to be a kill for Olaf though.
But he's gonna be very low and probably forced to reset, crash.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that TP, so if this wave just gets crashed into Sion, this isn't going to be too good for him if he's going to miss the entire wave.
And is actually parting top as well. We see
he comes to
Drowsy.
He comes to Lilia ult. But with Jarvan, in the area, it is a bit.
And keep in mind, with the Lilia out gone, right? The Jarvan and the Olaf here, if he pushes in the top wave, can look for a Herald angle once that spawns as well. So
yeah, definitely. With this Herald spawning in 8 minutes, we should see support spurring up as well.
Olaf proxy? We are.
But Lilia is topside, so this could actually go really bad for the Olaf.
That is true. They could collapse on the Olaf here.
Yeah, especially if this Q lands, like Lilia can just E off that, get the free slow, and that should just be the kill for.
Yeah, I think he's actually absolutely dead. Yeah. I feel like that going for a proxy there when you know that the Lilia is topside is a little bit greedy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that as well. But I do think Sion probably should have given the kill to Lilia there.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with the Lilia already going the Dark Seal as well. Maybe even building into a Medjai's could honestly be the play from here.
So we do see in the bot lane, like not much is happening. It's a lot of free farming at the moment. Not much all in yet. Unless that could be changing right now. But mid lane, the Victor actually getting like a kill lead on Seraphine is I think going to be a problem in the mid game as well.
What we know Victor when he scales up gets the passives and gets all of his
We see a pause now from red team this time. Apparently the top headset battery has actually run out, so looking for some new Duracell batteries maybe, I don't know. But not
it could be one of the headsets too that can just be charged. Not too sure how this will work, but
if we look at the game set at the moment as well, we actually see Jarvan in the Herald pit. He is actually rushing it. But the top lane prior at the moment, because of Olaf backing, it's actually gonna mean that he's actually stuck in top lane for a bit unless he wants to lose his almost his entire wave, all that crash. So if the Lilia goes towards the Jarvan, we have the Leona to peel from.
Yeah, so they have mid prior and the support is there. They literally can see the enemy support right now in the bottom lane. So it is pretty it should be pretty straightforward to actually go for this Herald here as well. Yeah, and I do think this honestly, if this Jarvan wants to just snowball the lead for his Olaf, just put the Herald top, just have it crash, give the Olaf more plates. This Olaf will be a menace in the mid game and just will be an absolute nightmare for this Jinx to actually try get some space.
I thought you could argue for a Herald top or mid play would be fine. Get that Victor some plates or get the Olaf some plates to run down this Sion, as you said. I think either one is fine.
Yep. Honestly, it just depends on how the plate situation goes. I don't think this Jarvan will drop immediately. Probably just before plates 4. You want to optimize just getting the most tower damage with the
of course.
Herald crash.
And you do see that the Jarvan finished with Herald and is backing now. Iron Spike, we're probably going for the Gore Drinker build.
I think this could just be a dive again for Olaf if he's not
if he lands another one, he can. Yeah. Does he have Flash though? No, he doesn't have Flash, but he does have Ghost. So it is interesting.
Does need to back off a bit though, because technically they don't see Seraphine right now.
Seraphine briefly kind of hover up to see if the Sun needed help. But we do see the mid lane now is getting really pushed in. Like you don't want a Victor that's ahead, that's pushing into Seraphine as well. He did just get a plate. So he might be looking to roam bot as well for that bot scuttle.
And
Jarvan is here with the Leona as well.
Yeah, but yeah, so especially with the Lilia top side, this bot scuttle would just be taken for free. Especially taking bot scuttle crab is just a great thing to take, especially when Drake is going to spawn. But this potential mid game could actually go bad. Seraphine does have the ult, but we do have bluish bean.
We do have the Leona
up, so this Victor should be pretty safe as well.
And the Victor gets out scot-free. The Dragon is actually going to be spawning soon. Bot lane on red side could look to push in this way to try to establish some prior, especially with the Leona roaming at the moment.
Yeah. We see the Sion actually has a completed Sunfire cape right now. So with this item, it does really make the laning phase a lot easier. Sort of, you'll be a bit tanky, especially we see that the Olaf still is just sitting on an Iron Spike whip. So there really shouldn't be too much kill pressure right now for the Olaf. Until he gets that stride breaker, I believe. Yeah. That should be what he's building.
Also, it looks like crucially, Sion actually doesn't have R. I think Sion used R to get back to the lane faster, so that means that he actually can't cross across the map to go to Dragon very easily.
He does have a TP coming up soon. So
yeah, he blue side could look to me to try and bait a TP, but yeah.
Do you see some trades though going out from bot lane? It seems that Lilia has actually started the Drake already. We'll actually see how this goes because Jarvan is actually coming down from Lilia's own jungle. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Olaf just once again kills Sion once again somehow. But we see that Poppy W just completely Steadfast Presence completely countering the Jarvan EQ though. Cataclysm does go down onto Lilia. Well, Lilia can Lilia live? No. And taken down with the Seraphine ult. He gets that double kill though. Poppy still chasing the Ezreal. The Lilia slow does land with the Seraphine route coming, but the cleanse does come out with the flash. Both someone being used for Reddish Beam to actually live out entirely. But this will just once again be a free Drake towards the red side for 5 pigs, 1 team.
Yeah, and you know what the interesting part was is that the Victor tried to go for a back there, and then the Jarvan went in, but he was just a little bit too far from the Victor and couldn't get enough damage off. Actually, so
I did think the Jarvan to go a bit too early, but once again his EQ just literally got cancelled by Poppy W. So there's not much for him to do in that situation if he decides to go for that EQ that early as well.
Yeah, especially if he does land the R, but he didn't have Gold Drinker as well, so his tankiness is very mitigated. But he does have it now. We do see a lot of item spikes as well, like the mythic spikes. Across the board.
Interestingly, like as we have mentioned, it does seem the red side wants to go for more of a late game approach, but we do see that Rift Herald being dropped from Jarvan to mid, going for those plates mids. Just some extra gold for the Victor, more of a powerhouse in the mid game. But as I was saying, it does seem like the red team does want to scale up a bit. And after winning that dragon fight and taking that second dragon, it does really give them more of a timeout because we do if the blue side just stacks dragons, this could be really bad for them as they will need to continue fighting
very
for
very
dragons.
close to killing the Seraphine actually.
Yeah.
He does back up. Ezreal hits the Triforce Spike, Jinx Kraken Slayer as well. Very even still in bot lane, in my opinion. Top lane is where it's interesting. We do see the Sunfire from the Scion and the Stridebreaker now from the Olaf as well. He really run them down.
Yeah, I really didn't think Olaf could just kill the Scion, but he definitely proved me wrong. He definitely did solo kill him with just an Iron Spike group against the Sunfire somehow. But just really confident player coming out from Monkey D Tofu, probably related to how he just 1v2'd right now and before in the early game as well. And just looking at him right now, just clicking R, just running at the Lilia, doesn't actually care
Doesn't
too
care
much.
if
I think
he
this could be a kill if that's Q. Oh,
he
barely misses the Q. If that slow landed, I believe the Lilia was actually dead.
I
but the
think he
Q
was
charging up on the side. I don't think it's what hit the...
he
He actually does manage to hit, and someone just straight up just solo kills him with the Lilia help from earlier. And that's just another swing. Just Olaf playing once again just too arrogantly, probably like how he played after he got the 2 kills earlier. Not really respecting the Scion once again and just gets taken down.
Yeah, and I think that was a perfect roam by the Scion as well. Actually, like waiting for that Olaf to come back.
But an EQ into a Cataclysm does come out onto Seraphine. The Jarvan is low. Oh, but doesn't Seraphine actually walks out alive too. That did look extremely dangerous for the no flash Seraphine
what
earlier.
a shame. I think with Leandries, that could have almost killed the Jarvan actually. But,
Victor didn't have barely enough that I don't think the Chaos Storm was up during that little gank there from Java, which was extremely unfortunate. If he did have that Chaos Storm, I did think the Seraphine had to be going down, especially with no flash on Razor Low 24.
We see also that because of that Olaf overextending and dying, Scion, once again the plate monster, has taken down the entire top turret already. So he is going to be ahead in top lane. And there's going to be split push potential if he chooses to build something like a hull breaker as well.
Keep in mind that red side right now is actually up approximately 2.2k in gold, which actually isn't really good for the blue team, as their team comp actually does suggest that they will be going towards more of a mid game approach, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I do find it interesting that we do see Olaf starting the Herald here. He doesn't seem to be. No, he is backing off as he sees the Poppy as well. So
Poppy, if Poppy runs into this Olaf right now, this could actually go really bad. I think Olaf just straight up just kills him instantly. Clicks off to nullify the Poppy ult and just takes him down. But there are 2 other members from 5 Pigs 1 team, but Olaf just doesn't care, just keeps running at them. He has more attack speed the lower he is, but Jinx finally does manage to take him down. But that kill right now for the Jinx is actually just really important.
Yeah,
like
we do want to have another DC, but I also think it's really unfortunate that he didn't get that kill into Lilia. I think his Q was on cooldown. If he landed that Q from range, it would have probably killed. Probably a 2-for-1, but right now it's just a 1-for-1 trade.
You can argue that he could have killed the Lilia, but I think once again, this Monkey D Tofu on the Olaf, he really just kind of went too aggro again, just completely just running into a 1v3 after taking down the Poppy and just giving a kill to Jinx even. Like Jinx is the hyper carry on the red side team right now, and just if Jinx gets given kills, this could go extremely down south for Beans.
Yeah, if we also look at the wave state at the moment, top lane is actually fine because I think that wave will be held in time for the respawn into top lane if someone rotates over. Bot lane, we also have noticed that red team has already taken the bot tier 1. And Scion is probably looking to push in that wave as much as he can as well. But Victor is there to contest him. So Victor needs to be very careful to not get caught by the Scion in bot side.
But one pretty important thing to note is there really shouldn't be anyone on the red side that can actually answer this Olaf onto us in a side lane right now. So as we are actually progressing more towards this mid-game stage of the game, it's really important to see how Olaf actually utilizes his split push ability and just how his champ works in general, especially with no TP as well. So this has to be really important.
Yeah, and we do see that the Rift Herald is up and the Dragon is almost spawning. So with the Jinx resetting here, with that gold, probably going to look for a spike. Do you think we could see like a Rift Herald Dragon trade at the moment? But it is interesting that the whole almost everyone at the moment is topside as well. in that
I
matchup.
do think there could be a potential trade, but what I can probably say is on the red side, 5 picks, 1 team, they probably should be trying to go for this dragon. If they actually manage to get another dragon, this just gives them more time to actually just scale up. For them to just continue giving dragons once the game goes later and when Beans comp actually does spike more.
Yeah, and also if we look at the mid lane, the mid tier 1 being down for red side is actually going to mean that they need to push out that wave a lot before they can establish like evenness or at least prior in the mid lane. They will probably have prior in the bot lane with the Sion pushing out that wave, but they will need to push out that mid wave before they go for a drag play or a herald play, I think.
Yeah, but we do see that this mid wave would probably just be just killed by the tower, as I don't think anyone is actually in position in order to actually answer this mid wave right now. But after really bouncing this wave back, I think they will be slowly moving towards this next dragon that will be coming up as well. I'm seeing because they technically are still up 2.2k, right? So
Yep.
theoretically they should still be winning their fights, especially if Jinx gets a couple resets off. Like once this Jinx passive proc, she gets excited. This champ really just isn't on another whole level compared to the rest. So
yeah, I also have to question, do you think the Sion is and the Olaf, do you think they're going to go for like a split push to set up for the fight and just like try and bait either the Olaf or someone to answer them, or do you think they're actually going to group with the team?
If you can see, definitely the build towards Sion is going towards I believe Heartsteel afterwards. So going more towards a tanky approach. So Sion should definitely be trying to push out this bot wave right now and just getting his teams in a good condition for this dragon that is coming up soon.
Yeah, and
but we are back into game. I believe one of them had a Windows update, unfortunately, but they are back now. We do see though the blue side going to try and path towards bot side, probably also just trying to set up this vision towards in the bot side jungle for this dragon that's coming up. So maybe not a Rift Herald Drake exchange that we
the
thought was
Poppy
going
is
to
caught though.
happen.
The Poppy is caught. Oh, but he
That
does
blast
have
cone should
that
be
W
fine.
to get
Yeah,
out.
2 blast cones.
Yeah.
Really close though. If Leona landed some seats, but actually blast cone's back. But
Blast cone's back.
Ezreal isn't in there, and he does have his team around him this time, so it should be.
Yeah,
okay.
and we
but
see them all
we are
rotate.
approaching dragon timing. I believe this will be a 5v5 with Sion though being at half HP. Probably not.
Yeah,
a good look. He might.
Poppy W was down for a bit there, but it looks like it should be back by now. So Jarvan is definitely looking for an engage here.
Yeah, Jarvan. This could go really bad. The Cataclysm is coming in. That's forces at the 2 flashes from the carries on 5 pings 1 team, and Olaf is just charging at the Jinx, not giving any single cares about this what's going on, and just cares down the backline. Yeah, as we've predicted, this Olaf, they really didn't have enough peel for the Jinx there after the Jarvan Cataclysm forcing out the flash, and it's just Sion against the rest being taken down. So another swing though back in momentum towards Beans after that great team fight that was executed.
Yeah, and I think that was like a great angle for the Olaf there, as well as you have to say the Victor and the Jarvan had much better timing that time. You saw the Victor use the Chaos Storm, immediately followed up by the Jarvan Cataclysm, forcing the flash, because if they don't, that Chaos Storm is going to deal so much damage to them. And then you saw the Olaf with a great angle on the side as well, with that movement speed and stride breaker.
So, especially for 5 picks 1 team here, you really need to be careful when you're going into these choke points, like how they went. If they're a group like that, this team fight from Beats is actually incredible. They have the Chaos Storm. This Victor just laid that on top of them. Having the Leandries already completed, that Chaos Storm will actually start melting the 1-item Jinx. Especially as she doesn't have any MR right now as well.
And it does look like it's gonna be an Infernal Soul as well.
Yeah,
so
and also the
it's gonna be
Poppy
great.
Steadfast Presence earlier didn't actually manage to cancel the Jarvan EQ, which was vital. And as I said earlier, the Jarvan Cataclysm forced out the flashes, I believe, on both Jinx and Seraphine. So when Olaf just decides to run at them with Ragnarok and Ghost, like it's
Ragnarok, Ghost, and Stride Breaker.
Yeah, it is literally just free.
Nothing you can do.
Olaf. Yeah. Like,
and I think he also landed a great stride breaker because the Jarvan dropped the Cataclysm after he landed it and forced the flashes. So he landed a very.
You do see the ulti coming out there, coming out from Lilia onto Ezreal. It gets
Forces the
instantly cleansed. Sound running in there. On the other side, Olaf just kills Jinx, kills Seraphine as well. That's both carries down for.
And there's a hostile stack, baby.
Yeah. But definitely a dominant win, I'd say, towards the blue team right now. With
They
Olaf
are surrounded though.
Yeah, I was trying to. Jarvan has ult, just takes that, gets all three inside the Cataclysm. Olaf just this should be just 3 kills for Olaf right now, just running down at the Poppy. Poppy's not dead yet, and the final Q takes him down, and it's just Silent versus 3. Is he actually healthy enough to actually take them down? And Ezreal get. Olaf should die
he does get the shutdown to Olaf. However, I think we would say it was really unfortunate there because the Sion actually got a fully charged Q onto the Ezreal as well.
Okay, so yeah, this could actually, as we didn't actually quite get to catch this, but Olaf did match,
and I think it's a solo.
This is just a solo kill for Gronk, right? Just another nicely well played. Victor does definitely do a lot more damage than Seraphine. It's just how the champs work, I would say, especially when they are on even items. But as I said earlier, we didn't actually manage to see the Olaf taking down 2 of the carries, but Olaf did manage to kill Jinx and Seraphine, which are the 2 primary carries right now for 5 picks 1 team. Sorry, it's a bit hard to pronounce.
And we also see Lilia actually went for that demonic embrace, and hasn't even built Leandris yet. So that's interesting.
This Lilia is a bit
behind,
or as she does need a lot of items, unlike the Jarvan, who can just sit on the gold drinker right now and just be a.
And then Olaf has hit the Spear of Shojin as well, and he is building a Phage item. So do you think that one's Hullbreaker?
Yeah, I do think it probably has to be Hullbreaker here, but Sion actually is just running at the persona right now. Like Victor is looping around him, but he probably is a bit too tanky for them to kill. So just a really strong showing coming out from Sion.
That's Econ, baby. That's
on the other side though, Olaf is being chased by 4 members, but should be able to get out free with the amount of space that he has gathered.
Yep.
So that is actually top tower down for Beans. So just once again, a really worth trade because the red side really didn't get anything back. So just really well played right now from Beans right now with the macro, with Olaf also taking down, doing some or probably just also taking down the spot tower. So it is literally only top tier 2 that is up out of the non-inhib towers.
Yeah, and one needs to know here is the Olaf is actually so fed that even with the heartsteal and late game scaling for Sion, I don't think he can actually remotely even stop him from just running through him into his backline. Only that Jinx and Seraphine. So that is going to be a big problem even into late game with how fed he is at the
Olaf right now is just an absolute menace. He's 11-5. Stridebreaker, Spear of Shojin, like his ability haste is absolutely crazy. That Hullbreaker should also be coming back, I believe, like during his next back. So this Olaf will be an absolute powerhouse for this next Drake fight that's going to come up soon. I really don't think 5 picks 1 team should fight the next Drake. I believe
they do land the Poppy E onto the Leona, but it doesn't have enough damage. I think, I feel like they have to give Draco.
It's actually a Sterax though from the Olaf, not an actual Hullbreaker. So he's going for more of an util play here.
Yeah, and keep in mind he also has that Bramble Vest as well. So
yeah.
It's really very hard for that Jinx to kill him, essentially. If he pops that R, that Jinx is going to be doing no damage.
Yeah, and as we've noted, like this Olaf, this Victor right now, the solo lanes right now for Beans, they're actually just really strong. Olaf's sitting on 3 items while none of the other members on 5 picks 1 team is, and Victor is almost extremely close to that Rabadon's death cap.
And it looks like they are going to be giving up the Drake. Looks like Jarvan also. I mean, Olaf picked up the Herald. It looks like
Olaf flashes on the Jinx. Forces the Jinx flash. It's just 1v4 right now. The Serax props just takes down Seraphine though, still in like a 1v4 situation. Makes that
and
1-1 trade still.
Seraphine was desperately trying to like stop the Olaf, but once again, that unstoppable just counters her entire kit. There's nothing you can do.
Especially just because Olaf is also 3, but that Chaos Storm just takes down Jinx on the backside. This could go really bad if Jinx, if Lilia even falls as well. Leona does take down by Lilia though, so overall, it is
I see the Victor just going for
a
mid
4-4-2 for the side of Beans. Swing
Yeah.
that gold advantage. They are like 5k ahead in gold
Yeah.
right now. So just after that second Drake fight, it really just has shown how strong this team comp is mid game, especially with this Olaf right now, who's absolutely just tearing down this red
And
team.
also pay attention here that the Victor actually has the Rabadon spike, probably on next back, with the fact that he did kill so many people that fight.
Yeah, he did get 2 kills that fight as well. So definitely that Rabadon's coming.
Olaf 1v4'd. Like unfortunately, with Olaf being fed, he's one of the worst carries you can possibly get fed because there's nothing you can do against him with that R up as well.
Just an insta coming out TP from Victor after getting that Rabadon. He is going to
from the sound as well.
Yeah, he's going to start doing a crazy ton of damage right now.
Yeah, interesting TP from the Scion there, to be honest. I'm not sure that was needed, but maybe he just wanted to push out mid-wave.
And here comes a little fight. Scion is ulting down, doesn't manage to connect. Poppy is in the middle of 2 people. Actually does take down Jarvan. This could be the swing back of a comeback for the red team right now. Scion gets the Q onto Victor. Victor is crazy low. The Jigsaw hits as well. It should be all the Ezreal. Poppy flash ease the Ezreal. So she pair up with the sound Q. Oh, but Ezreal with the ease though is actually quite shifty and takes down Poppy on the exchange of that though. Yeah, but here comes the real raid boss. The Olaf has reached the battlefield. It's just running down the rest of the carries right now. But I don't think
he is actually taken down. That 1v4. Yeah, unfortunately, if he takes the one weakness of Olaf is that if he takes too much damage, we even saw the Sterak's proc there as well, and it still wasn't enough. And we also see the shutdown from Lilia onto Ezreal. Ezreal's playing over aggressive, probably egoing a little bit there. And he
actually a great momentum shift coming out from 5 pigs 1 team. They even managed to
defeat Rabadon spike from the Victor as well. So if I'm red team, the goal is to obviously go in Victor. He doesn't have Hourglass, so that is a key point. He doesn't have Hourglass to peel for himself. He has no flash as well. So
but keep in mind, during that sort of exchange in the top river, the blue team's minions did actually take the inhib right now from the red side. So we'll see how this goes, especially with Baron up. When played well, this could end up really bad with the minions flooding in and Baron being available.
But I think red team still takes that for any day, right? If you're trading like almost like 4 for 2, sacrificing an inhib isn't the worst loss. If definitely. You lose this Baron fight, you're going to be losing that inhib anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm just curious to see how blue team is going to play around this mid inhib that has gone down, especially with this Baron buff.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that blue team is on Infernal Soul Point at the moment. So if they actually wait until the Dragon flips, red team is faced with kind of a dilemma if they want to fight Baron or Dragon, because the other team could just trade for the other instead.
Infernal Soul is just going to make this Victor and Olaf just do even more damage than they are currently right now, which will just which might honestly snowball them to
and just look how fat that Olaf is. He has 4 items: Thornmail, Xerax, Shojin, Stridebreaker.
Yeah, this guy is but do keep in mind that if he has the Ragnarok activated, he does take more damage. Yep. But yeah, let's hope if this actually is a good team fight where the Olaf just doesn't come in and have to 1v4 at the end, I think this could go really bad.
Also, keep in mind, if we see the Victor at the moment, he's collecting a pretty large bot wave, probably looking to back, I think, for Void Staff would be my guess. So he
definitely. But we see red team actually starting the Baron right now, but blue team actually does have a good idea of this. They're actually just pinging this right now. But this actually is getting Baron is actually probably just gone at this point. Lilia does smite that down. Jarvan gets Poppy ulted away. This red team actually wanted to fight this. I think it's the better play. They're just backing away.
And Olaf,
when is the Ragnarok being activated? Here comes the Ragnarok with the Cataclysm, with the follow-up after this. This is probably going to be really bad for the red team though. The Lilia ult does come in. Wait, okay. It's actually a 3v3 with Silence still tanking down, creating space for... But Ezreal though, with the Jinx being down, this is just a free tearing out. It's just an Ezreal versus Victor against Sound. But the Sound is actually extremely tanky, just running at Victor right now.
I think it's actually fine. This fight is actually great for them. If they can get the shutdown here, actually I feel like Seraphine should have stayed to try and get that shutdown onto the Victor.
That would have been easy. I do think the Sound might be got. Oh, okay, it goes for the R. So
I actually feel like Seraphine should have stayed to try and get that shutdown on Victor. They are looking to... Are they trying to trade Dragon? I don't think they can. They need to actually back off here. That was a good
Yeah.
fight for red team here because they still have 2 members with Baron. They can get back some of the gold through tower takedowns, especially in mid and top. And they can look for a lot of pressure, and maybe their jungler can go for Dragon here as well. But we do see a TP in from the Victor.
And they got the Baron buff as well. They have to handle Baron on Seraphine and Sion, I believe. So this is actually just, I would take that as red team any day, as you said. But one bad thing to notice is that Jinx is nowhere near in her dominant stage right now. She's still sitting on 2.5 items. She's just probably getting ran down every single fight by Olaf and
Yeah, and we saw that last fight. The only reason they won that is because even though they weren't on vision, red team actually very luckily pathed down away from the Olaf that was flanking them. Meaning Olaf had to chase them for such a long period that he was actually out of the fight for a lot of it.
And red team does have to contest this Infernal Soul right now.
I don't think they have.
This is going to just be, I believe, a smite fight between Lilia and Jarvan. Can Jarvan get knocked away? He doesn't get knocked away, but Jarvan still manages to connect the smite. But this is where the fight starts. Sion lands into the queue. 2 members already have gone down for the blue team though. So
and Victor is here, but they're looking to probably 5-man push in mid. But the cannon minion is actually gone. They can't get anything there. They need to wait for the next wave here. With Baron buff, they'll probably take this mid tower as well. But Infernal Soul is traded over is a huge problem for them. Oh my god.
They did manage to get the Infernal Soul, but 2 members actually did go down. So especially with the Baron buff right now, I believe red team. Olaf just flash Qs, and that's a dead Jinx for sure. Just continue running in at the Seraphine. That's a dead Seraphine too. It's just 1v5ing right now. Sort of with Victor trying to help
enough damage.
Has the stopwatch as well. Clicks the W for the shield, but that shield isn't enough for him to survive. But this Victor damage though is actually crazy. Ezreal should be able to take down too. And this Victor against Poppy though. Will this Liandry's been take down Poppy? It won't. So this will just sort of a great fight, I'd say, for the blue team.
Yeah, I mean it was a fine tree of the blue team, but it was a great flash engage from the Olaf as well, taking down the Jinx and the Seraphine straight away. I don't know what I just saw, but so yeah, that was really unfortunate that Victor still with that bounty, they couldn't secure the kill on him. Which I think is just really unfortunate.
He has once this game. He's still sitting with that perfect KD.
If they get
6-0 and 10 right now.
Victor here, that Jinx is actually potentially back in the game.
But we do see right now, like, this Jinx really needs to play more back. Like, we just saw this Olaf flash, Q the Jinx, click R, and the Jinx really could not do anything.
I mean, I feel like that flash RQ is like hard to predict, but at the same time, like I feel like this Jinx doesn't. Yeah, he's not playing back enough. And also, if we look at the game state right now, the Baron buff is gone. They didn't get anything off that Baron actually, which is
it was So I must agree. Like, this was a great fight for the blue team, just getting rid of the Baron buffs before it just terminates.
We have to give kudos to the Olaf there. The Olaf engage was what started that whole fight. Otherwise, they were definitely losing mid tier 1 and probably pushing to mid tier 2 as well.
Yeah, I really need to see what red team actually how this red team is going to deal with this Olaf not just running at Jinx and just killing her with 2 Qs and E. So
I
really need to see how this is going to happen.
Jinx wants to have Ghost, Flash, and also preferably he will want like a Get Excited reset for that movement speed as well.
Yeah, we do see the Seraphine flash being forced out with the Jarvan EQ probably.
Looking to push through top here.
Put a Cataclysm into that.
It looks like blue team is just going to reset the thing some jungle, mainly because the Sion is just split pushing. He does have the Hullbreaker as well, keep that in mind.
Yeah,
he's also 900 stacks, 7,000 HP. Do you think we'll hit 10k HP?
Maybe, considering how this game's going. It's pretty even, honestly, from both sides.
Keep in mind, the Sion has Titanic Hydra, which is like I think less common on the Sion builds, but because of how much health he stacked up, I think it's actually a great buy here.
Yeah, I'd say with the heart still, Titanic Hydra is definitely one of the most optimal builds for Sion, especially with the extra wave clear that Titanic Hydra does bring you
look at how much
when you're splitting against the side.
Per second, 106. That's interesting. We do see the Aegis buy as well. What do you think the last item is going to be for the Sion here?
I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. I'm not quite sure what Aegis builds. Probably could be a Gargoyles here.
Also, keep in mind, if we look at the Olaf's items, he has a GA.
Yeah,
Meaning
is
that
not
if he does R and go for the engage here, takes down 1 or 2, it's still totally fine. They'll still win that fight because Olaf is going to be able to respawn, get a lot of his tech stats back, and then run down the rest of his team. That's why
Yeah,
being
but yeah,
way
blue
better.
team does really need to start up this Baron with the Scion split push right now, not being able to be answered with Olaf not having TP.
Yeah, red team's objective is just to pick them up, get them off that Baron, and Sion, I think, he does have that TP, but I think he's going to just rush and try and go for inhib here. The fight is starting though.
And the fight has started, but it is clearly like favored towards the blue side right now. Ezreal and Leona just hitting down this 1,000,000 HP Sion, but he finally does go down. Lilia trying her best with the ulti to try to survive, dodging the Q though. Ezreal E should be coming up soon. They give up chase actually, and probably decide to push down mid right now. It is just Lilia does manage to kill Victor with the Leandres, I believe. So it is actually just a 3v2 with Jinx and Lilia alive. They should be able to hold this.
I feel like Lilia has the back here, or else this Jinx is going to be run down by the Olaf, and they're going to look for an end. Yeah, and that movement speed.
They probably are going for this end actually, maybe even after. But Jinx is actually launching in some autos. Leona misses the flash either, just probably gets taken down by Jinx. Jinx is excited though. This way Jinx starts up the fight. Cutting back though with some autos. Gets taken down by some Ezreal Qs though. I believe Olaf has to help this Ezreal. Ezreal ease back forward. Loses 1 HP though. Jinx autos takes down. He's back excited though. I think Olaf just needs to run from this fight. Pops the R. Has the Jinx. Oh my! Jinx just gets absolutely one shot right now.
Very unfortunate there.
Olaf just gets away from that too.
As well to stun. Oh, he couldn't stun because of the CC immune from the Ragnarok as well. So
I believe that is the best the Jinx could have done there. Showing off some pretty good kiting moves, taking down the Leona, dodging the initial flash E from the Leona too, and taking the Leona down and getting excited, taking the Ezreal down as well. Just with the once again this Olaf issue just running at her, man. Like they really need to try to fix this.
And
but we do see that this Jinx though has a stopwatch now, so this can sort of.
That is a big bias. Looks like we're setting up around Dragon. Sion here with the gargoyles. He is kind of caught in mid though, so he needs to be a bit careful here. He also doesn't have TP. He used TP last fight, which I feel like he should just push a bit more. His TP was a little bit late, unfortunately. Oh my god! Huge
Poppy does knock down too though. Cataclysm, could this be just how the Elder Dragon is taken by the red team? I don't think they have enough time to actually get that Elder secured for the red team. Actually,
red team wants to take this fight now.
It's Lilian's E on Ezreal. Oh, barely misses. If he can chain it with ult, I believe the Ezreal is actually just dead there. But
they need to push out mid. They need to push out mid. I think Seraphine is caught, unfortunately. Definitely dead. I don't really like this fight for red side, even with Elder. They're way too low. They're just running in. I feel like they need to back and conserve Elder here, push out mid wave, and then look for a better angle.
It is 2 members down for the red team as well. But one thing that is good for them to note is that Jinx will still have the Elder buff, which is one thing that she can use to actually clean up the fights right now when, as she's hitting this 5-item spike right now. Last item is probably going for a GA with that stopwatch. So creating extra survivability against this Olaf that is going to run at her.
Yeah, that Olaf also still has Flash. We'll have a Ghost for next fight. They are rushing Baron, and has that GA as well. And because they are actually 2 members down, the jungler is dead. It's going to be a free Baron, I think, for blue side.
Sion is actually ulting down mid right now. He's going for a bit of an end, it seems, with the bot wave right now. We'll see if this actually works. Can Olaf actually just stop him here? Sion just 2 shots at tower. I think this might actually be game. Sion's going zombie form after this. I don't think blue team can actually deal with this. Sion is so tanked. Nexus is already half HP. If he gets a couple more autos off, this could actually go bad. He goes in zombie form. Can he actually take down the Nexus right now? Oh, barely though. It's maybe 3 more hits away.
And because of taking down both Nexus turrets, that means that blue team has to push out the waves a little bit harder now. I feel like Sion hits on a 50-second cooldown, but there are no objectives up. So honestly, an okay play from the Sion there. Taking down both Nexus turrets.
Yeah, Sion has TP as well, so he could easily go for this backdoor if blue team isn't too careful about it. But they seem to be pushing down mid, maybe going for a bit of an end angle since Sion is dead right now.
Blue team is going for the end, but red team has to try and hold for maybe 20
But
seconds.
Jinx still has the auto buff, but I do believe it will be expiring extremely soon. But oh my, that
God,
Victor
that
E just
damage.
Jinx is just has to burn the
what
stopwatch,
is
but he's
going
1 HP. Can Jarvan takes down Jinx? This could be an end
they
angle
have
right now.
no damage now. Sion's coming back in 5 seconds. He's going into R out of spawn to try and clear the
And
wave.
just the typical all up just running into the back line. I think this should be the
He's going
end
for the
though right
TP.
now.
I don't think he's fast enough.
Beans.
I think it's
yeah,
over.
it's and that is game for Beans. And almost near end right now for
That is a heartbreaker for the Sion.
Beans versus 5pigs. Yeah.
Almost the most like miraculous play possible, but unfortunately, he just doesn't get it.
We will be going into the draft of game 2 really soon. How did you find that game, Sam?
Well, I thought it was a lot closer than I thought it would be, honestly. With that Victor getting the early kills, I think the reason it was so close in the mid game was because that Olaf did kind of run it a little bit in the top lane after getting a couple of kills. However, I do have to say that the Jinx did all she could. Poppy with the R onto Dragon, Elder Dragon was massive, but unfortunately that Sion was just unlucky that he just couldn't finish off the Nexus. I think it was a great play, but
yeah,
and also
definitely.
I think a key fight was around Baron when the Sion actually TP'd up. He TP'd very late, in my opinion. So the Harvest team was already dead, and then he went in and tried to secure some kills. I think if he actually pushed out and split down bot side, they would actually have had a lot more waves to play with and threaten that Nexus a lot harder.
Yeah, it was just a really close game with Sion just being like 3 shots away from actually just taking down the Nexus there for 5pigs, 1 team. So just a really close matchup for game 1. Honestly, I'm really happy to see that these games are close, and let's hope this goes into a 3-game series.
Yep, and I have to say that I think if you're red team here, you have to be concerned about that Olaf, right? If they had the Olaf pocket pick, that was a huge problem for you. And I have to say that if they, like, for example, ban out Olaf, I feel like that Poppy would have a much easier time as well, because Poppy against an ulting Olaf does feel kind of useless. You can't E her, you can't even W him if he just runs you down. Like, there's nothing you can really do there, right?
But yeah, before I believe game 2 goes away, I think we will be going into a quick short ad break before we go into game 2. So after you guys have seen game 1, I'm hoping you guys are all excited, and we'll be back for game 2 in no time. See you guys then. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to UNSW Contenders Cup League of Legends Finals. I'm hoping all of you have seen that enticing game one that we've seen between Beans and 5Pigs one team. It was really close. But once again, I'm Ricky. I'm here with Sam. I believe his face cam is a little bit bugged, but that's okay.
And let's looking back onto that first game, like it was very interesting. The Scion was like 3 hits away from ending the Nexus. I'm looking forward to like that kind of close game in game 2 as well.
Yeah, and we should be starting the pick bands as soon as we are ready. I believe one of our team members will be letting them know almost right now. But after the game 1 draft, do you think this Olaf will be on the banned list for 5Pigs one team?
I think if they're going for a Jinx or Hypercarry again, Jinx or Philius, you wouldn't have to ban the Olaf after seeing it. However, if they're playing an ADC with more mobility, like for example Xayah Kai'Sa, I think the match is a little bit better, so maybe you don't have to ban it. But I don't know. I could definitely see the argument for Red Team banning the Olaf.
After seeing that performance, I don't think they should cook too hard with their flexes in their team comps that hard. Especially during the early game. I don't think the Poppy support and the Seraphine mid actually proved for their values as probably like utility champions on this team. So let's hope that they stick with more preferably comfort picks, more traditional picks that we're seeing. And let's hope that they can bring this game back.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, the issue was like damage there, right? They didn't have nearly enough damage compared to the other team with that Fed Victor. I
Also,
think
just
obviously the Seraphine in that.
Yeah, and also their soul damage and Jinx was just dying at the start of every fight really early when Olaf just runs at them.
I think that's what happens when you over-index on a hypercarry, right? Like, especially into like an Olaf Draven team. It's just unfortunate.
And we do see the Ziggs ban coming out once again from Beans. So
and
Ziggs,
the Evelyn ban again.
So it's a similar draft from both teams right now so far. I believe it was an Ornn, Ziggs, and what was the third ban actually? Not quite sure. I believe it was a top laner though. Oh yeah, the third ban was actually Ivern actually. Never mind.
Yes.
So Beans, after realizing that they won the first game, thinking, okay, I mean, if we won the first game, probably just stick with the same strat, and that's probably what they're doing. But yeah, it does seem like the Evelyn ban is like a must against Beans.
Once again, another Orianna ban. Are we gonna see 5Pigs one team once again go for like a mid lane heavy ban?
Yeah, honestly, could be. But the Scion, though, they switched up. It's gone from the Ornn to the Scion, which definitely, the Scion was one of the huge factors keeping 5Pigs one team actually in the game.
I think the Scion was doing very well with that split push as well. It could have very easily ended the game, in my opinion. We see Ezreal ban.
Ezreal probably being too mobile and being sort of issue. But here comes one of like the meta ADC champs that we're seeing, Kai'Sa. Once Ezreal, that's a Kai'Sa pick coming out from Beans. Just a really strong general overall. Really strong champion overall.
Was recently nerfed, but still very strong. And we see that Kai'Sa Xayah is once again we had the world's meta. At Xayah Rakan coming out. Yeah, as we saw before, as I said, Xayah here would be much better into that Olaf matchup. With that R disengage, preferably.
They're probably being prepared for this Olaf coming back. As well, just picking the Xayah. Rakan is also just a great form of engage.
I love the Xayah Rakan pick here at the moment. The Poppy obviously had the problem of like engaging in the last game. Northless Rakan, we're gonna see a much more aggressive bot lane, I think.
Oh, it's actually a Janna in the
never mind.
last second.
Probably looking to just
I'm not too sure about
disengage.
Janna right now, but it could. This Janna right now could be a strong sort of disengage against the Rakan engage.
Yeah, I think a Janna pick is literally just for a disengage off the Rakan Xayah combo. Like Rakan W in, Janna can count with an R or just a Q. Is this a Viego jungle pick from Beans?
Definitely. It probably has to be a Viego jungle pick. But they seemed. Yeah. I mean, we do see Kai'Sa Janna, their support not having a lot of engage.
Yeah. So we do have to say though, if we are considering the Jarvan here, that means that Beans is, I think, once again threatening the Olaf in the top lane. So I do
But-
agree with the 5 pixel
yeah.
ban here.
But as we've seen from Monkey D, I believe that was his name. He is a bit of a carry top player. So if he decides to pick like a Fiora or a Jax against his Ornn, this could go extremely bad the longer the game goes for this Ornn matchup as well.
Yeah, this Poppy ban as well, I do like it. Lets that Jarvan play a lot easier, and for that Kai'Sa R dash in as well. So I do like that ban on the Poppy.
Yeah, definitely. The Poppy countering the Jarvan engages was one of the reasons
Illaoi
why they
ban.
lost in fights. There's actually the Seraphine ban coming out
banning
too.
the carry top for Illaoi and Seraphine mid, like almost insta ban, is interesting as well. Didn't expect that one.
Yeah. We'll actually see what comes out. They are still missing a jungler and a mid laner. It'll probably be a
what
jungler
do you want to
in
see out of
order
5 picks here? I would like to see like perhaps like a Ari or a Syndra, or a Victor here, a Lilia for Havix 1 team. Maybe just a comfort pick as well in the jungle.
Yeah, definitely. They're saving the mid lane counter pick for last as well. Yeah, Gnar into Ornn is actually, I would say, another pretty good matchup too for the Gnar.
Yeah, and the Gnar can help with a lot of the engage as well, right? We saw with that like Mega Gnar form, the Jarvan Gnar Kai'Sa combo, if they like land a good combo into Xayah here, we do see the Syndra mid. I actually really like this pick. I feel like Syndra is gonna be really strong in this game. So Syndra Gnar 4-5, I think.
Yeah, I believe these are some solid solo lanes that they could be picking. Syndra is just just a nice control mage in general. Just having that burst as well with the ulti as well. Like if Xayah or Lilia isn't too careful this game, they could just be absolutely demolished by the Syndra
I think
combo.
I want like an early game mid here as well. Although I think the Syndra is gonna be shoving really hard. Yeah, as you said, the Gnar Ornn matchup I really like. Gnar with Jarvan, the combo off of the R's is pretty juicy as well, and it gives a lot of space for Kai'Sa to work with.
Yeah.
With that W poke and Syndra QE combo. Kled from 5 picks 1 team. Okay.
Wow. Kled pick. So it's actually a Ornn mid or a Kled mid. So once again,
I feel like it has to be on top, right? Yeah, I feel like it will be on top Kled mid. Okay, you know what? Just let's lay a bet. I'm betting on top. Will be Kled mid. Would be my guess.
Yeah. Definitely. So, like, they're going for more of an unorthodox pick as well. But Kled does give 5 picks 1 team more of an engage as well, sort of as well. So
I am concerned about damage though. I am very concerned about the damage for 5 picks 1 team here.
Yeah. So honestly, I think both drafts are honestly pretty even this time. But yeah, if the Gnar is going into the Ornn, this could go extremely bad for the Ornn as well, like how we've seen with the Sound last game in the early game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would definitely I kind of expect maybe. Do you think it's gonna be strong side bot? Because I feel like if you're Beans, you want to get the Syndra and Kai'Sa ahead. Especially into that Xayah, because the Xayah has most of the damage on 5 picks 1 team at the moment.
Yeah, but yeah, I do think they will leave this Gnar on their own, especially because this matchup is just auto winning anyways, right? Just probably just trying to get the other side of the map ahead as well.
Yeah.
And also once again with this Beans team does lack, I would say 5 picks 1 team does scale a bit harder. Once again, so they probably want to be stacking dragons and wanting them to fight them.
Yeah, and there's an interesting dynamic here because the Kled are engaged, right? Especially with like a Lilia Sleep or like Ornn R, is quite a nice combo, right? But it is potentially countered if the Janna R just knocks them all away, right? But I also find it interesting that you have Janna with Gnar and Jarvan, right? Your Syndra Kai'Sa wants to kind of you want to kind of poke from distance with the Kai'Sa W, Syndra QE W, for example. But you have the Jarvan and Gnar engage as well. And I'm kind of curious as to see how Janna would play out in the team fight here.
Yeah,
If some engage and some poke as well.
Yeah, that Janna ulti is a really strong source of disengage. I think that's what they have against just a Rakan into a Kled just running at you as well. So it's sort of like a sort of flipped matchup, but not really. I think blue side does still have quite of a strong engage, assuming that Na has his Fury Barb and is Mega Na with that ulti.
Yep.
That combo with like the Jarvan ult, even like if Jarvan ults first and Na gets that free ult into the Jarvan Cataclysm, that could be a deadly combo as well, paired with the Syndra stun coming into. It's going to be extremely hard for Red Team to play if they actually manage to execute that combo.
Yeah, and I do like the balanced approach here, though, right? You have the Syndra cast a poke. Syndra obviously has the problem of if she gets engaged on without Zhonya's or stopwatch, it's going to be hard for her to survive. However, with that Janna you are getting a lot of peel, right?
Yeah. There also will be they also probably need to also prioritize in peeling the Kai'Sa and Syndra from the Rakan and Kled as well. To some extent, maybe Janna isn't enough. We'll have to see what Jarvan can do probably as well. Nard probably doesn't provide
Do you
too
think
much.
there was a better pick than Jarvan here in the jungle for blue side? I feel like I would have preferred like something like maybe a bit tankier and less engaged, but I'm not sure.
To be honest, when I play this game, I really don't like when my team doesn't have any form of engage, or even just one form of engage. So I actually like the Jarvan, but if you wanted something more tanky and still has engage, I would probably suggest a Sejuani pick maybe. That could have been good as well. But Jarvan obviously does have his pros, as it can be easily paired with Syndra and Na, right? Especially with the Cataclysm as well.
Yep.
So I do see why they went Jarvan, but yeah, I think I really do like multiple forms of engages and comps.
Yep, fair enough. And okay, 5 picks, 1 team. I feel like there will be a lot of this game's focus will be on the Xayah Kai'Sa matchup here. As well as I think mid lane is what you're concentrating on. You really don't want the Syndra to get ahead, and you don't want the Xayah to fall behind. But I think your damage is going to be very mitigated.
Yeah, Xayah needs to get ahead in this game, otherwise it will probably be rough for 5x1 team.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how Lilia will path to try to protect their bot lane from actually being behind.
And that creates a problem as well, because Jarvan obviously being like a very strong early game jungler, right? Is going to aim to get that Kai'Sa ahead. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the Xayah can play around that, especially with the Lilia without 6 is going to be a little bit weaker, right? So
yeah, and we probably should be seeing the cleanse coming out from Kai'Sa again. Just the Rakan, just probably the Xayah roots, the Rakan ults, and the Lilia sleeves as well.
Yeah, I think the Lilia R is going to be a big one. The Ornn R as well would be interesting. And it's also great disengage against, for example, like a Kled rushdown, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It lets you get out of a lot of stuns very easily. This Kled Rakan combo is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, but we will be heading into game, I believe, really soon. As in, right now, it does seem. Yep. But actually, the Kai'Sa I see is actually bringing Ghost this game and not actually Cleanse. So trusting her movement more in this case and going for the Ghost. More of a combat oriented summon spell.
Yep.
Wow. And it will actually just be the Kled mid. So we have to see how. But the lanes have switched. I believe Razor Low 24 was the Seraphim from last game. He's opted for the Ornn top this time. So we'll see how he does against Monkey D Tofu, who absolutely snowballed in the Earl last game as well.
That Ghost Xayah, I'm a little bit curious about that. And a little bit concerned that he doesn't have Cleanse there into this Syndra Na Jarvan like engage combo. Could be a bit concerning there, especially with that Janna knockup, right? With that tornado.
You can't really you can't cleanse knockups.
Yeah, true. But he needs to play really safe.
Yeah, the cleanse should just be mainly directed towards the Syndra stun and the Na stuns mainly. Yeah. But keeping that in mind, the Xayah Rakan bot lane is actually just a just a really strong bot lane in general. Like they are lovers and a pair for a reason in the bot lane.
Yep.
Hopefully like they could actually step up this game and bring 5-1 team the victory. As the Jinx was clearly just being targeted last game and didn't have a very nice game.
Yep, of course. If we see a lot of buys, we see basically like every Doran's item picked up as well. Both sides starting blue Pokemon in the jungle. It's very standard here. The Kled going for a bit of an early trade. Not exactly ideal for him, I think. But
We do see a bit of changes in the roles, I believe, for the red side here, which is kind of interesting. The sides are still the same for anyone that probably weren't looking at the usernames. 5-1 team has opted for red side after losing the last game once again. Probably going for that counter pick in the last, which they went for as Kled. But the level 2 prior being instantly taken from.
it looks like
Beans.
Jarvan is parlaying bot side after starting top, whereas Lily is actually doing the opposite. So I think red side needs to be very careful about gank here, but they are actually really pushed in by this blue side bot lane.
The trades here should probably in the mid lane should go towards the Syndra in the early game. I do think she would just keep spamming spells at you until you and you really
that Q
dodging
spam is going to be nasty.
Yep.
And
like we can see right now.
Yeah, if Kled ever tries to engage, that QE is going to be so hard to play around.
And if Kled ever dismounts, it could honestly just go even worse for him right now.
Yeah.
I'm just getting poked by the Syndra with autos and Qs.
And they already both have the level 3 already. Oh,
but the Ornn does manage to get an E. There's some nice damage being done towards
beautiful
Monkey
trade,
Tofu. But we already see a sizable CS lead being built up between for Monkey D once again.
But he does force the point, and Lilia might be looking for level 4 gank. If he runs around, there's no ward, so the Gnar has no idea.
Yeah, I think the Gnar should be dead here. I don't know if he should flash. Probably should just accept that he's dead. Oh wait, actually does go for the jump and flashes too.
Wait,
first ball actually does come out for this Syndra just being solo killing the Kled in the mid lane. So just that delayment out of the Gnar actually just didn't. He wasn't even first blood. So I'd say that's not too bad for Beans.
Yeah, and that's actually fine. Oh, the Kled did get solo killed.
Yeah, we do see the power of the Syndra pick just being a lane bully in lane, just having so many spells
Yeah,
actually
I feel
throw
like
at
a
you.
common trend in this match so far is that the mid lane seems to be snowballing pretty hard in favor of blue side, especially even if they have a scaling late game carry mid laner.
Definitely.
Which is probably because of some unconventional picks, to be honest.
Yeah, I really don't think Kled mid is what they usually play. To be fair, I don't know these people too well, but I don't think they should be practicing a lot of Kled mid unless someone in the chat can prove me wrong. But
I feel like I would have preferred like an Ari or something, like a little bit more like a range to not just get endlessly picked up by the Syndra.
Maybe as well. But we do see the benefits of this Kled probably come out in the mid lane with the Kled ults coming up. So we'll see how he utilizes the ulti on the Kled. But a nice trade coming out from Zyra Khan in the bot lane. We'll see if they can actually step it up. As we mentioned earlier, Zyra does actually need to be quite ahead to actually bring her team this win.
Yeah, and Mega Gnar coming out. He doesn't have 6, so no wall knock.
That knock up though, this could actually go bad. I think this is a solo kill for the.
That
Billow's breath into the empowered auto coming out.
That was almost really bad for the Ornn because of that knockup miss. But
just solo kills the Gnar there, honestly.
Yeah,
so
2 solo kills the Gnar, especially and the Gnar bought Carl actually. Yeah, that's interesting.
He's Kled though, putting up some good trades, but gets dismounted though.
Dismounted. I think he needs to wait for the remount here before he can give anything. But Syndra has 6.
They have both hit 6. But Kled can't use it since it's dismounted right now. But Syndra, if he right now, could just
no.
He's just
I think he is.
Has the Lattice Q though? Can he Lattice Q? Oh wait,
okay.
Didn't do the right way. So Kled actually does manage to escape and didn't and actually couldn't use R there as well. So not even too bad for the Kled though, especially if the Syndra isn't even going to shove the wave.
Yeah, and also I think we have to consider that the Kled Kled R in lane is going to be, in my opinion, less useful than the Syndra R. The Syndra R potentially lagging with the execute and also being able to just deal a lot of burst damage all at once.
Yeah.
That needs to be a lot more careful.
Do you think this Kled will have to start moving to help other lanes? I think that's one of the reasons they picked Kled, his ability to be able to move and just like help other lanes and roam really quickly.
Yeah, but that roaming ability obviously comes at a cost, right? Especially into a Syndra, you're giving her platings, so you have to be a little bit careful about that as well. We see the exchange from Flash to Ignite, I think, on one of these team members.
Oh yeah, it's on bring someone as well. I didn't even notice we brought this up. Nice spot. Yeah, he does have Ignite now, which gives him more kill pressure
it looks like
towards his Gnar once again.
he's trying to extend his top lane like kill lead. But
keep in mind he
behind on CS, right?
He is down 20 CS, so even if he is up a kill, I think that is like almost just equalized with the CS differential that he has.
He's also down a level here. I feel like if he isn't careful, I do like the fact that he's going for small trades here before he gets the Mega Gnar form. If he gets Mega Gnar, you really can't contest. I think. So,
but that is just the nature of ranged versus melee matchups in top lane. I do think just the range matchup does get a lot ahead, especially just CS wise in general. Just consistently weaving in autos like we see what Monkey D is doing towards Razor right now.
Yeah,
just,
both top laners also have their ult, so that is something to note. Oh, Lilia just gets the free dragon, I guess, because of that red side prio. Would be my assumption.
Yeah, I do think they did spot Jarvan topside with the numerous amount of wards they have topside. Does actually hit the Gnar with the ult though, but yeah, couldn't really do much more.
Do you actually? I don't know. I feel like he was just barely out of that knockup range.
But Kled though, with an engaged Syndra, wanting to go for solo kill, Jarvan is right there. Can Kled actually? Kled is going for it. He's gonna be dismounted soon though, which is actually really bad. Syndra commits the ulti, unleashed power. Does he have an E ready for the Shadow of the Week? And he does. That is the kill for.
That is really unfortunate that the Jarvan was there, but I feel like he was spotted by red team already. Which is why he got that dragon, right? So I think it's interesting that he went for that engage.
Yeah, I did think Kled think he had the kill there. Runs to the Syndra though. The Lilia though has the lilting lullaby for the kill. But the Jarvan he was huge to try to block it.
Oh, he gets it.
Yeah, but Lilia does manage to take down.
Yeah, that Drowsy just lasting for such a long time. Lilia's gonna get away with that movement speed.
So yeah, that should honestly just be all right now for the action.
I feel like it's really interesting that even though Ornn is really behind on CS, he's actually not losing trades that badly against his Gnar. It's very interesting.
I believe he just TP'd back, so that's why he's healthy right now. Yeah, but definitely is doing quite well in this Ornn versus Gnar matchup. I've played the Ornn matchup of this. It is not very fun.
Yeah. I'm surprised by how well he's doing, like for being so behind.
Yeah, he's doing extremely well right now. We do see though a
full bot lane reset.
Full bot lane reset, yeah. Both ADCs committing for the call there. Just once again, a typical
and having no mana
AD buy.
I think they off and back. And the wave state is like fine for both teams. It's in the middle. So
so just a pretty even early game right now for both teams right now, with Beans only up 500 gold. I'm curious to see how this if there is going to be a rift fight. I do see Rakan is probably pathing upwards. Maybe that's what they're trying to do once Lilia has finished clearing her bot side jungle here. But this not is going to become mega. This could be a good opportunity. Forces the flash already out of Ornn.
So yeah, I feel like that positioning was a little bit awkward. So hits the R, but I don't think he has enough
definitely
damage.
Does not have enough. Could be like a good turn from Ornn though. But the stun but the stun actually does stop the Ornn from using R. So just a really nicely timed stun from coming out from Monkey D Tofu. Right now in the mid side, this Rakan probably should have E though for the Kled.
I think they need to get out of this fight. I don't think it's good with the Java coming back as well. Also, about what you said about the gold being even, the gold is even, yes. But you do have to notice that the 2 kills are on the Syndra, which means that she probably does have a lot of fragments as well, and I think that is definitely a cause for concern for Red Team here. They need to make a play
on the other side, like the 2 kills are on the hyper carry jungler and Lilia. We'll see how we see like crazy damage pumping out from this champion. So we'll see how this lead in gold right now will translate for her in items.
And we do see both of them have the Dark Seal too, so they are looking to snowball in the mid game if they can get like a good team fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe if it goes well enough, they can win a Magi's by, which I'll be interested in.
That is a recon engage. Commits the quickness onto the Janna though, but Janna ultimately just
Oh no, to flash. I think they could look for dive, but I don't think it's like a good. And there's no
the
wave as
wave.
well.
Yeah, there's no wave. I
Yeah.
think Janna could just slowly maybe he'll back. I do think I don't think she can back here, especially when they're shoving this. We'll see if they opt for the dive. But Rakan has no ulti here, so this could go extremely dangerous as they are going on the tower.
Keep in mind that the Ornn doesn't have R, but the Na actually does. So he needs to be a little bit careful here.
I don't think this now has really that much kill pressure right now. He's gonna commit the R probably though. Oh, maybe not.
Nope. There's a little poke. A little bit.
But we do see Lilia coming in. This knock has flash though. It probably just is forcing the. Oh, the E connects. Is just one
what a
dead
drowsy.
fish to and that is just the third kill on the board for Lilia. They just are really fed right now this game.
Yeah, this Lily is playing very well. Yeah, looking for a plane. I think Xayah needs to be a bit careful here. The Jarvan is coming in as well. I think they're actually a little bit cut off if they're not careful. Oh, that was great.
The
we see a
Rift just
Herald
being
drop as well.
spawned right now from Jarvan. I think
I don't think there's anything they can do. To I'm actually not sure if the
Khan actually does land a W into the Claddle. This could
Kled.
actually go bad for the Syndra. Syndra commits the unleashed power onto the Rakan, surprisingly, but that should actually be all. He flashes out to actually survive.
Yeah.
And the Rift Herald does.
And now
probably
Kai'Sa is
get
getting some free mid plates.
Yeah, so honestly, just a really good swing back in gold for Beans, with Kai'Sa getting some plates and also the Rift Herald charge.
Yeah, but obviously plates have been nerfed a little bit, so I think they give less. But
Janna right now is being
Janna
a bit
is a
caught
little bit
though.
caught.
Oh, what a nice reaction with the
Oh.
Feather Storm right now coming out from Xayah. Both supports being taken down as well. Kled takes down Syndra too, and that's just a 3-for-1 for the red side here. Just
I am
really good
actually
time.
astounded that the Xayah didn't die there, because the Xayah used R to escape the EQ, but the Jarvan still had the Cataclysm as well. So unfortunately, just barely not enough damage. But it was a great RE route from the Xayah.
I did think the Rakan shielding helped there a bit, but also they just got bursted there with the Lilia damage. She is 4-0 right now, so
and
we'll be
they all
pumping a lot
cooked
of
that
damage.
Xayah too. That Xayah I think got like 2 roots off. On
And that is also the second Drake coming in for 5 pigs 1 team. Stacking Drakes now. It will be a Chemtech Soul for this game. So actually, how do you think about Chemtech Soul, Sam? Okay, before we actually go that, Rakan's going for an engage with the Ornn ult. We'll see if they actually do have enough damage. It seems like they will, but the Ornn will just be traded. This is actually going to go extremely bad. The Syndras and Jarvan is here. They're just giving away 2 kills just for 1 here. And Syndra gets the 4th kill too.
That was a very interesting timing to go for a dive as well. But if you think about it, I think there are 2 members backing. Xayah isn't pushing out bot wave. Neither is Kled or Lilia in mid, right? So you basically just gave up 2 kills for dive, and you basically got nothing out of it. They were able to 4-man top for essentially free, which was an interesting call in my opinion from red side.
We do see that it will be a mid transition coming out from the bot lanes.
Yep. Also,
with
in
Na
the
going down,
I think it's fine. It's like not the best in my opinion.
Best,
like,
yeah.
I feel like if you want Soul something like I don't know, Cloud Infernal would be good. Into this team, maybe Mountain as well.
Yeah, but I do think the enhanced blast code is actually pretty interesting to play with as well with the extra range. Yeah, but you'll see how both teams actually utilize this feature that was added. But we actually have it will be Na against Kled right now so far in the bot lane, and it will be the Syndra against the Ornn. So a bit of changes going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Kled can win this, to be honest.
Kled actually wants to fight. I don't know if he actually wins. He doesn't have Rakan coming against.
Connecting. Terrible trade for the Kled. Especially fighting in Mega Na is interesting. In my opinion, for the Kled there.
Yeah, but we do have some objectives coming up, I believe. Or was Rift Herald actually? No. Okay, but
Kai'Sa
actually has to back away there.
Yeah, I think the Kai'Sa, if she overstayed a little bit longer, wasn't in risk of getting caught. I think it's fine.
Wait, this
Stops
could
the
actually just
back.
be a solo kill for Na right now. This clearly isn't respecting him. He's better to Mega Na. He has the
I
ulti
feel
as
like
well.
I feel like the Na just kills him here, no?
I don't know why the opted to ult
Remounts.
that way, but
Okay,
with being
wait,
Lilia
what-
here now, I think this could go extremely
Very-
south for. Yeah, if he lands his bear trip on the rope and pulls him back, Lilia should be able to follow through with her
Oh, he
damage.
missed.
And
Oh,
barely
did not
dismounts-
dismount.
actually
Barely lives.
Barely lives that. So honestly, good bait coming out from the Kled
Yeah.
here.
And
Secure the
also, I
fifth
think
of
very
the-
lucky off of that, just not just barely surviving as well.
Yeah. They're going for a dive here, but I do think this Ornn is a bit too healthy right now. The Ornn's just respecting it and just probably gonna give this tower anyways. So that's top tier 1 being taken down from Beans.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, and yeah, and also gonna take that bot tier 1.
But here's the actual engage. The quickness gets burned as well. Kai'Sa
I
drops
don't think this is a good engage. I don't think you want to take this fight if you're red team. A good R reaction, but
has a cataclysm though. The Xayah has already used ult, but doesn't have flash. I think this is a kill. This could be a kill, but the Ornn threat with the
Oh,
God of the
what a
Forge
great honor!
Yeah.
To like just split them off in half. Oh wow, interesting Kled TP. Once again, very late, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is still a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, a 1-for-1 is fine. They got the R and the flash from the Jarvan. Xayah will have flash soon, and I think she'll have R back for hopefully next objective. So if you're red team, like you don't hate that badly, honestly. Like trading jungler for support as well. It's okay.
Yeah, but we do need to note the two powerhouses on either team. It's Stardock SC on this Lilia being 6-0, already 2 items, the Liandry's and the Demonic Embrace completed, while on the blue side, it is the Syndra being 5-2, going towards, I believe, a Shadow Flame
Yep.
after this Liandry's, so it is really on these two members to see to carry them through this mid game that we are approaching.
Yeah.
But we have a fight for this Rift Herald. I don't think Ricardo. That's a 2-man null
great
coming
stun.
out with the Unleashed
Rousing
Power
the
Pair.
knock- the
That's
knock should
almost
die here
most
for
of the
sure.
damage is being used for blue side. I think this is gonna go extremely bad for blue side, and this would be a 4-0 coming out for the red hand side into
Yeah,
a
and-
Rift Herald as well.
And do you see what the key issue there was? The Jarvan had no R. He didn't use R that fight, so he actually couldn't finish off or engage onto the Xayah. So the Xayah was just kind of free hitting in the back.
And also just the damage. The null ulti does get onto C, but the Syndra just uses the Syndra on the Rakan, which I believe probably isn't one of the best choices that you could do. But maybe the Syndra was just trying to flat out as much damage as she can because
Yeah,
she realized she wasn't in a good spot. But
yeah,
that would just be the third Chemtech Dragon tier taken down by.
And that is sole point for red team. They also have a 3k gold lead. I feel like if blue team wants to chant back into this game, they need to stop this earlier somehow.
Yeah, and also this Kled is getting a bunch of cash as well, being 4-2 right now. Completed Ravenous Hydra.
Okay, man, Xayah did have to use flash that fight though, so he does actually have no flash, but he does have R. So Jarvan could look to bait the R with an EQ and once again go for a Cataclysm. But that Rakan peel was just so effective in the last two fights.
Yeah, this is what happens when just how strong Rakan is as a champion. He can engage. He can do so much peeling with the shield in the E as well. For,
Yeah, and also that Radiant Virtue, right? Like
AC.
healing his Xayah and charming to peel them off his carry.
I think he's using most of his quicknesses to actually just go for a little bit of peel instead of actually going for an engage, because they do have this Kled with the Ornn in order to engage.
Yeah, I agree.
But Rift Herald being dropped in the bot lane. We'll see if Razorlord24 can actually just escort this to this tower before it crashes.
I think it's interesting because the Jarvan is there as well. Is he seen? No, I don't think they saw him. I mean, red team. But we do see an engage onto. It can't be disabled. That not bad. Oh
wow,
my
and that's
God,
just
that
a
damage.
one-shot coming off of that Lilia. I mean, 7-0,
Lilia
2
damage
items
was
completed. We'll see if
crazy.
Mark can
Oh,
do anything. He
he's
does go for the
stunned,
flash W though, but he's going.
Can he finish
the
him off?
Lilia
That
does burn the. Oh, this is
drowsy
going to go
and movement
bad.
speed. Oh my God.
And Lilia is just 9-0 right now. I think they're going to transition this into a Baron even as well. I don't. Yeah, I think
do we
blue
see
team
what
should
the
just
problem there is?
try
It's
cut the
not
losses and go for this mid tier 1.
Yeah, Nod did absolutely no damage there. Like he landed the stun and just couldn't kill.
This not is having a rough game. only having a complete Triforce.
Yeah,
They'll go for the
Rakan's voting-
Flash W,
Rakan's
but
voting here.
yeah.
I think it's fine. SW. Oh, and they killed the Jarvan off, so he could
Jarvan
even
did
plus
go
night fight.
try for the steal, but
Yeah.
unfortunately couldn't get it. That will be
Did they have
5,
vision in pit actually? I don't think they had. So I think that was just blind, wasn't it?
probably, yeah.
So that's why he was a little bit early. Good call to like not to rush down the.
Oh, Lance. Oh, she doesn't have R though. Is
She doesn't have but and,
But I
and
mean-
not just the Q as well.
I mean, her
It's
presence
just
there. Her presence there already just gives Red Team a free tower.
Yeah.
So just Red Team this
Great
game
starting
showing,
as well.
yeah, just how dominant they are. They're already up 7K in gold.
Yeah, I keep Lilia backing here is going to I think get a full item as well. So and keep in mind the Ornn is also upgrading the items. For
She's
his team.
probably might go for the
Zaya is
Magi's.
also. So
Yeah,
Zaya
but,
is forced to use R.
Has the Featherstorm to cancel out the unleashed power coming out from Syndra, but with this Lilia buy, I was thinking he also has a 10-stack Dark Seal, so that Magi Soul Sealer could be coming up next soon as well.
Yep, I could definitely see a Magi's angle here. I like the Zhonya's though. Playing a little bit more safe.
And also
especially
not giving
with that
away your
Lilia
shutdown as well, yeah.
Exactly. The shutdown is big. Kled with the bounty as well is actually quite surprising given that he started 0-2 this game.
Yeah, this is what Fled as a team fight champion is pretty strong with that ulti, right? Being able to claw his way back through the team fights, through the numerous team fights that they've had this game. But yeah, this Lilia playing right now, playing with so much confidence, just going into the jungle, knowing how fed she is compared to.
Oh, wait, she's got
Syndra does
stunned,
ban a stun though, but Syndra doesn't have the ulti.
R, but that was so
So-
much damage. I think if you're Lily, you have to look for a back here. You can't risk giving over your bounty like that.
Yeah. But keep in mind, she still has the Zhonya's Hourglass if she's actually in some lethal threats.
Yeah.
So I think she has that in mind as well.
Definitely, and I think if we have to say what got them into this game here, I have to say I think it is the Ornn surviving against that Gnar on the weak side and that Lilia having some great ganks is what has gotten Red Team into this position.
It is the Shirelles being burnt to try to catch this Kled. This Kled did activate ulti to try to kill the
Oh, he
Kai'Sa.
doesn't get the remounts.
It's
That's a
taken
bounty
down,
coming
but
over.
Syndra right now
I
should
think
just be
Syndra's
dead to the
yeah.
Lilia Liandry's, yeah. Just actually a 1-4-2 though. Lilia did actually manage to go down, that giving away her shutdown.
Oh, wait, she did. What? I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure I have that on the other side of the map, but Lilia did get taken down by, I believe it must have been Syndra maybe, probably.
Yeah, and keep
getting
in
the
mind the
6th
Kled
kill.
has now bought the Maw as well, so his matchup into the Syndra is gonna be a lot better. Syndra's definitely going for the Rabadons next, so because of that 1,000 gold bounty that she just got from the Lilia.
Yeah. But yeah, this mid jungle combo. It does suck for the Zai though. If you look at a scoreline 0-0-10, just having 10 assists, I get that a lot when I play ADs too.
Yeah.
Just getting perma assists, can't really finish off those kills. Just happens sometimes, but she is still decently strong. Being 2 items right now, 2.5.
Especially with that
0
hyper carry
too.
Lilia, right? Like you're fine with the kill goes to her. I will say that I agree with the Kled having the Maw buy here, letting him engage onto that Syndra a lot safer, especially with that R, right? So
Yeah.
I very much like that buy.
But once again, Chemtech Drake is up. It is sole point for Red Team. They probably really want this. And Blue Team are actually wanting to fight this, so we'll see how this fight unfolds. But keep in mind, Red Team does have a 7 to 8k gold advantage as of this point.
Yeah.
So this could actually go really bad if Blue Team actually loses this fight. And here comes the Kled ult. Into the backline, the Kled goes
Great
10 with the
Ornn
Ornn ulti. The Syndra is just literally one shot with that.
my
That was really
God.
nice. That was a really nice comment coming out from the Red Team, and that should just be Chemtech
Yeah,
Drake as well.
I think
Lilia lands
they
a
can
double
chase
E.
here, get
Yeah,
2, and then get secure Chemtech Soul, right? This Kled is going to finish off the Kai'Sa anyway. The Gnar is just pushing mid. I don't think he has a choice. There's nothing else he can do. He can hopefully at least get the objective bounty back, right?
Yeah, he's gonna try to cut the losses and get the mid tier one. I definitely agree with this play too.
And I definitely say that was such a great engage from the Kled. I'm not gonna lie.
But
that was
Kled
great.
is just taking down bot lane in him tower right now while they're chasing this Gnar right now. I do think this Gnar is dead as well. If he lands
I
knock-off,
think the Gnar is definitely dead.
the next Q
does
from the
get the
Lilia.
stun though.
Oh, does get the stun though.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
think-
probably
I
just
think
get to
the burn.
Leandri's, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
Kled
Leandri's
meanwhile
burn is
does
very
get the
disgusting.
bot lane in him as well. So looking extremely dominant right now is 5 pigs, 1 team against Beans.
Yep. Yeah, and I think if you're red team, you just want to snowball this lead into getting a few towers, probably wait for the Baron setup, pressure Baron. Once again, just do the same thing where the Kled and Rakan try to get a good angle onto the Syndra, who's
Yeah,
basically
and-
all of their damage, right?
And like one thing we haven't noted, they do have the Chemtech Soul, which is like ensuring the late game, and also they have the Orn for the Orn upgrades for late game as well
Yes.
for better items. So this is only probably gonna go south for Beans the longer they take this. So they probably need to go for a miracle fight. I'm hoping for a huge Jarvan Cataclysm into a Mega Gnar ulti.
Yep.
Hope that's probably like the only way that they could turn the tides here.
And I have to say, Syndra, if you're the Syndra here, your goal is to get that Rabadon spike. Ideally, if you can, you want to get that stopwatch as well, but I don't think she has enough gold to do it before Baron spawn. So if you're red team, you actually want to capitalize on the fact that she doesn't have stopwatch. And maybe she might not even have flash, depending on how much time passes before Baron spawns.
It's
but-
actually the Abyssal Mask being bought from the Lilia for MR up against the Syndra
Oh,
here.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting because isn't she the only AP damage on her team as well? So it's actually literally only for her, right?
Yes. You can argue the Janna, but I don't think the Janna is doing any damage.
Yeah.
Right now, so.
No, I'm saying on red team side, like no one else benefits from that magic resist decrease. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's interesting here. I honestly don't even mind them starting a Baron. Like red team should honestly just try to look for a Baron angle here. Try and just bait the Syndra into a bad fight.
Yeah. We do see a little bit of a fight coming out. Nah has
also
been
the
caught.
position of
Rakan
the
does
flash.
activate the quickness. He comes the Orn ulti as well.
Whoa,
Will
whoa.
this connects on the Nah? Will there be any follow up with this Orn ulti? Zaya has
The
some
Kled is in
feathers
the
on.
backline. He's just running them down.
Yeah, that is just like the Olaf from last game.
Yeah,
He's
the
running
Syndra
into
can't
three
play.
and really not caring too much at all. And that would just be 3 members dead on the side of Beans already. Syndra's
Yeah.
just trying her best to see if she
And
can
I
get a
think they
pick.
can go for an end angle here. He's gonna TP into the
Yeah,
into the
and
bottom
this should
minions.
just be
This should be it.
game.
Yeah,
This should just be game for 5 pigs, 1 team here.
yeah. And I think if we need to give props to that Kled. That Kled knew his job, and that was to just run down and hit that Syndra, right? Take her out of the fight, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, so really well played here from 5 pigs, 1 team. Definitely a lot less close as game 1, showing off
Yeah.
a more dominant victory between them. But I'm also glad that we're probably going to go to a game 3 here.
Yeah,
It
we
will
see
be-
the Syndra is obviously like almost all of their damage. But I do have to say that Lilia played very well. Orn in that laning phase. I don't know how he killed the Gnar twice. It might be more of a Gnar issue there than the Orn playing especially well. But I do have to say that the Kled, for being down 0-2, making that comeback was very impressive.
So,
Yeah, and I guess that shows how creative, creative choices. I was kind of doubting the Kled during the lane phase, but he did his job perfectly, which I think is what they were looking for in the draft, which was to shut down that Syndra, right? Just completely run her down, and just prevent her from playing the game and aligning her ults with the job. So very well played.
yeah, just extremely well played. I believe we will be going into game 3. Almost off the bat. We do need to confirm which side the losing team, in this case Beans, would want to pick for this match.
Yep.
But before we continue on with game 3, I believe we'll be going into once again a little bit of a quick short ad break. If you guys did get this entire series will be a best of 3. So this will be the next game will be the last game, and we'll see you guys.
And we're looking for Fire Game 3 to end it off.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys after the break.
You think that I'm running in place? Y'all really testing my patience. Right before I blow up the spot, I had to get back to the base. What if my talent is wasted? And see what I'm lacking of waste. Fuckers I rap in the basement, but my come up is legend, is greatness. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind. Don't make me lose my mind, cause I'm looking like Wesley. Test me. That's me.
Mastermind, never tired, tell them all. Big dreams, I got big dreams since like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights, I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth, where's your worth?
I'm sick of your talking, you got the wrong one. I'm taking your king and I leave him broke. If I am second, it's after no one. Just give me a second to let them know. I'm the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UNSW Contenders Cup Term 3. This is the League of Legends Finals for those who have just tuned in between Beans and 5 Pigs 1 team. So far, the series is 1-1, and this will be the final decider match to see who will claim themselves as the UNSW Contenders Cup League of Legends champions for this term. I'm Ricky, and as usual, I'm with Sam.
Yeah, and after that really close game 1, we had a kind of a stomp in game 2, which was pretty interesting in my opinion. So I'm looking for a close game 3 here to close it off.
Yep, and as usual, we will be going into picks and bans. As the loser of last game, Beans have once again picked blue side, so it will be 3 games of Beans on the blue side and 5 picks on team on red side.
So
So
you're looking to run it back, I guess. And yeah,
I do think the Ornn ban will be coming out from Beans again. They banned it in game 1, for which they won, and when they let it through in game 2, they absolutely got crushed by that pick, I think, as well. So the Ornn, I believe, will be going into the ban list coming out from
and I wonder
Beans.
if we're gonna see another Olaf ban, to be honest, and perhaps. From Bean's perspective, I feel like you might want to ban the Lilia, right? Like, it was Lilia 2 games in a row. In the second game, it played really well. I think it shows that 5 picks, this jungler, is very comfortable on Lilia. So
Yeah, definitely. Lilia, definitely a strong pick coming out from 5 picks 1 team, especially after Stardoc's performance from last game. I believe he was like 10-0 at one point as well. So just completely like just rolling through this game. So I believe there will be an Ornn and perhaps a Lilia ban coming out from Beans. I'm actually curious to how they will adapt their ban strategy.
yeah, I definitely still feel like we're gonna see an Orianna ban. It'll be interesting to see if we see. I feel like if you're 5 picks, you want to ban one of Syndra or Victor, and then theoretically, if they go into the Syndra once again, for blue side Beans, the 5 picks could counter once again with the Kled. I am kind of interested in what the bans will look like in top lane, though. Like, because we saw the Silent ban last game. Are they gonna go for both a Silent ban and an Ornn ban, maybe, from Bean's side? Not sure.
I do think the Ornn was more of a problem though, especially I think Ornn is a better laner probably as well. So I do think they'll prioritize the Ornn as well, especially since they banned it game 1 and they actually won that game as well.
Yeah. I could honestly see a heavy, like, top mid ban focus for game 3. I feel like bot lane I'm not sure if we'll see a Zai or Kai'Sa again, honestly. But I could definitely see that matchup happening again. Maybe even a Jinx. Or if they don't ban a Ziggs, that could go through as well. So it's interesting to see what the teams will think.
Yeah, like they have a Ziggs and an Ivern permaban, so we'll see. Like they only have 3 slots, So we'll see which one of them will be let through for game 3.
Yeah, I think if you left through the, I don't know. I'll be interested to see the Ziggs, but if you left through the Olaf, I think as 5 pings you're a little bit concerned. Once again, that rundown potential. But if you get a Xayah, the matchup is a little bit better, and maybe you can get a better top lane matchup into the Olaf to just not get him as fed.
Maybe but I do think it'll be maybe another strong AD carry pick, maybe just the Xayah Rakan coming out from 5x1 team. Again, just a safe bot duo. You probably just want bot to farm pretty evenly.
We see the silent ban immediately.
We see the silent ban coming out immediately. So between their Ziggs, Ivern, Ornn, and Lilia, there can only be 2 chances they will ban.
And one thing, I definitely see like a top mid focus here. So
this probably might just be the Evelyn ban coming out from 5x1 team again.
Yeah.
They actually missed a ban. I think they should be able to just communicate.
The Ornn ban as well from Beans.
Yeah, and that would be an Ornn ban. This is Evelyn ban.
Yep. So it is a top lane focus, as we thought on the Beans side. Banning both the Sun and Ornn, we could see I guess a run back for the Gnar. Or the Olaf here actually, if 5 picks don't ban. I like the Orianna ban as well. Once again, very broken. Poppy also banned in top or jungle.
So they're actually just deciding to let Lilia through again. So which could be interesting. I think 5x1 team might be just going with that comfort pick again. And also, actually though, I think what they're trying to do is they're opening up the Ivern and the Lilia and having Stardock actually pick for what he wants to play, which is actually an interesting approach to what they're trying to do.
I agree. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, because that's and they missed a ban.
I don't know what is actually happening between them, but they are missing a lot of bans. Maybe they could be typing in chat for what the champs actually are, but that is actually a Rakan being first picked for Bean. So taking that Rakan away, that
yeah, it looks like we're having internet issues for the drops as well. So not sure how we're gonna deal with the bans, but we might just be communicating between the 2 teams. However, the Rakan pick here is interesting. I really like the Rakan last game, so with it on Beans, I'm a little bit concerned because it's definitely better than the Janna that they had, right? So.
Yeah, and it's actually the Alistar in response to the Rakan. So actually, I would say it's a decent pick into Rakan because you can actually
I definitely don't mind
counter his engage with the Pulverize as well.
Especially if they go like Xayah Kai'Sa. Yeah, it could be a really strong combo. That WQ knockup to counter the Rakan engage would be huge here. Yeah, and literally as you see the pro draft, Kai'Sa Rakan into Xayah Alistar.
Yeah, it would just be a Kai'Sa Xayah exchange, the same.
Yeah, I definitely like the Rakan denial on B1 from Beans. Good choice forcing the Alistar, but the Xayah Kai'Sa was pretty to be expected in my opinion. Especially because of the less bot lane ban focus from what we see.
But that's actually if they actually reopen up the Olaf, I'm actually like I really don't think 5x1 team should pick a tank into Olaf again. They should probably try to fight fire with fire here. That's maybe a Kled pick into the Olaf, but we have seen Kled mid last game, so if to Beans this looks like a flex for sure.
I agree. Syndra ban as well. Okay, we could see the Victor come out from Beans once again. I really like the Kled pick here. I feel like Kled into Olaf is like probably the best you could do out of the top laners that we saw that aren't banned. But it is still a bit interesting. I actually wouldn't have minded if they let the Syndra through with that Kled flexing. But Jack's ban as well. That makes the top lane a little bit harder if they don't want to put Kled through.
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure what the third ban is. I think the first ban was just Evelyn as usual from 5x1 team. So what the third ban is will actually impact for what mid laner I believe Beans could pick from. There is still Victor open.
It might have been actually.
Sorry?
I'm thinking it might have been a Gnaw, maybe? Not sure.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see how that goes. But this will be the pick for 5 picks 1 team first.
Oh, Gnaw dropping probably. Was
I
that
think they should show jungle here
Yeah.
first, because otherwise they'll just ruin the Kled flex. But
Karthus,
actually, it's a Karthus jungle, it might seem to be. So, Mr. Stardust SC here is probably just a huge AP jungle.
yeah,
player here
I'm
with,
surprised he didn't take the Lilia here. But I guess the Lilia matchup into Olaf is terrible. So I don't blame him actually.
I really don't think Karthus matchup into Olaf is any better. But
yeah, but at least like after he dies, he's still landing Qs, right?
Sure,
Maybe
yeah.
if he gets run down here and tank some and then deal the damage while he's in his like Ragnarok hide.
yeah, that does make sense. But it's the
Mordekaiser. Is it Olaf jungle?
Maybe.
Is it Olaf jungle Mordekaiser top?
They did pick last second.
That is interesting.
That definitely is. It's the Mordekaiser probably top coming out from Beans. But I think Mordekaiser into Kled is actually a really good matchup. I think that's what they were trying to do, maybe.
Yes,
But
Zerath.
it's actually a Zerath.
Yo,
in
Zerath
the
mid.
mid
I
lane.
am a Zerath enjoyer, so this makes me happy.
Yeah. So just the typical control mage, sort of.
They're
is
definitely
coming out.
cooking.
And just a
Malphite.
Malphite insta lock sort of
What?
coming out.
So it's Malphite top into the Mordekaiser, and then Kled.
I personally, yeah, it could
Kled.
be.
I mean, Kled and Malphite. I feel like it's, if anything, I would prefer the Kled into Zerath, right? Like, Kled runs down Zerath a little bit better than I think Maud, and although the Maud AP bone passive onto Malphite is a bit problematic, I feel like it's still a better matchup, right? But I'm not sure. It's a bit interesting here.
Yeah.
At least that's what I would expect. But
It is a bit rough, I do think, for whoever goes into the Maud in that mashup. I think Maud just beats both Kled and Malphite
yeah.
in both these matchups.
Yeah,
So
what
just
do we see at
once again, a
Karthus?
pretty good top draft coming out from Beans.
Yeah, what if we see a Psycho Flex for the Karthus goes top instead of jungle?
I do not think that is. I don't think Kled or Malphite can be a jungle here. Their clear is just absolutely horrible.
Yep.
So it
Whatever
probably
it is.
has to be Karthus jungle here.
Yeah.
It's
But
probably a Malphite top. I think they want to just have more team fight into their team
yeah.
comp.
I definitely agree with the Malphite top over the Kled top. I feel like the Kled top into Maud is gonna be a little bit hard to play, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't think Malphite top into Mordekaiser is that
Yeah,
fun to
I don't
fight
think
either,
it's particularly good either.
yeah.
But wait, what?
We'll see how.
We see a Morgana locked in. Wait a second.
Oh, so maybe the Mordekaiser was actually supposed to be a
Yeah, I think the
Morgana?
Mordekaiser was actually meant to be a Morgana.
Yeah, so that
I
does
guess.
make sense. They
Yeah,
probably typed up MOR and it
Yeah,
was-
and just auto selected by
installed.
accident.
So it should be a Morgana
I think
jungle.
it's Morgana jungle.
Morgana
yeah.
jungle here into.
That's interesting. Morgana jungle. That black shield. Oh, that black shield could be really nice into the Alistar WQ, or it could be really nice into the Malphite.
Malphite R.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like the Kled to Zerath matchup, to be honest. The Olaf into Malphite matchup, not sure about who wins that one. to be
Olaf into Malphite.
honest. Yeah, I feel like Olaf will win, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel
sure.
like Olaf just presses R and then just runs down. My
Like
guess.
early in the game, I don't think Malphite can fight Olaf at all if he just picks up his axes and just keeps throwing
Yeah,
them.
okay,
So,
that is a problem there. Karthus jungle. I'm going to see we're seeing very unconventional jungle picks, right? We're seeing Morgana and Karthus. The Zerath mid as well. First time in the series. The Rakan, Alistar, Xayah, Kai'Sa. Just very standard bot lane. So I'm curious if I feel like the bot lane is going to be left to do to farm this.
this is also like the first time in the series where we're seeing Beans come out with an overall squishy comp. Rather, 5 pigs, 1 team just has Malphite, Alistar, Kled just running at them in the front line, right? So this is where backline protection actually is vital for Kai'Sa and Zerath.
Yeah, and you do have to think about that. If the Olaf can get a good flank, right? The Xayah and Karthus going down would mean that Red Team has basically no damage.
Yeah,
So
but
I think Desire has to be
yeah.
very careful with how he
Karthus is a champ that honestly does more damage when he's dead.
yeah.
And Zaya does have that Feather Storm to sort of
Yeah.
protect against Olaf. So
I feel like if you're Olaf, right, you don't really want to get distracted by the Karthus, and you just want to actually just run down Desire, even if she uses the Feather Storm on you, pop R, don't get rooted, and then potentially run her down. Also because the Alistar really wants to peel for Zaya, right? But Alistar into Olaf, you can't do anything to him. He just runs through all the knock-on, right?
So we'll see how Red Team deals with this Olaf. As we've seen in game one, I don't think they really could deal with this Olaf. So we'll see what changes they'll make to try to deal with this Olaf. If the same things are happening where the Olaf is just running at the backline and killing two and just leaving again, this could be a rough match for 5pix1 team again in dealing with this Olaf.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like if we're talking about the focus here, it's definitely that Olaf, right? I feel like if you're Kled, your focus is Xerath for sure, right? You're going to be looking for any good engage on Xerath. But that Morgana peel for Xerath will also be problematic, and I feel like if you're Alistar, Karthus, Malphite, and you're going to be trying to stop that Olaf from getting a good flank or angle on your Xayah. And Xayah's biggest issue is potentially the W from Kai'Sa into an R or the Olaf from you down.
One other big thing to notice is before fights, I think Beans should be trying to poke with Xerath abilities before actually going for a team fight. Yeah, and it's also how 5pix1 can deal with this poke coming out from this Xerath. It's this extra long range, like barrage cannon. Honestly,
have that Kled R. The Kled R and Malphite R. Obviously, both the Morgana Black Shield, there's a problem there. But the Kai'Sa W poke with the Xerath poke, and also Morgana Q, and the I think is it W, the puddle. It's going to be a lot of poke, especially with Liandry's on Morgana, maybe Liandry's on Xerath as well.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of that, though, we will be entering game after the spectator delay wears off very soon. Would you like to predict which team you think is going to win, Sam? And I'll take the opposite.
If you're asking me, I feel like blue side has the better draft here.
Blue side has a better draft? Well, I personally think red side has a better draft, so we have a bit of a rivalry here. All
right.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I personally really like comps that are easier to execute. But although these players are a lot better than me, so it's kind of hard for me to say. But I really favor red side's comp here.
Yeah, I mean the main issue I feel like with red side is if you can't handle the Olaf. I feel like the Olaf and Kai'Sa is going to be the biggest problem for them. And also the poke, right? I feel like red side is basically forced to engage because they have almost no poke. Practically no poke.
And we have entered Summoner's Rift, everyone.
Darkstar Xerath looking nice.
Yeah, once again, it will be Beans on the red side, blue side, and 5pix1 team. But we're actually showing a bit of aggression right here, unlike the other two games coming out from Beans, just invading the red side jungle. But there will be a ward that will spot this out. So everything should be okay, and both teams should just be backing off.
Yeah, and they also get a ward onto that blue buff, right? So
but Ali actually just headbutts the Morgana. They actually wanted to fight this, but it's actually 45 because Malphite's actually really away. Karthus the flash away. Olaf follows the flash. I think Karthus is just dead. But Rakan W does manage to take the kill here though, so which isn't much.
Also, it is Karthus at least, but I am a little bit interested in
why the alley headbutted over. Okay,
I feel like the alley could have worked, but Desire was not looking to fight, right? So that was just I feel like a communication issue. Yeah, like if Desire's not there, you don't have any damage at the moment, right? So
and not even that, like they were down Malphite. Malphite had to run from where he was right now in the tribe bush. They were just standing positions after seeing. I really don't think red team should have tried to fight that. Yeah. And now they are definitely a first blood to Rakan. I think. But at least it's to Rakan. If that was given to the Olaf, I really wouldn't have thought that Malphite would have been too happy about it.
Even to Kai'Sa, like it will absolutely be disgusting because your bot lane is actually something a lot harder for the Desire.
Yeah. This mid matchup once again is Gronk versus Enkidu. I believe Gronk has taken the laning phase.
And quick note, every single person on blue side got kill quota for that. So
Yeah, I mean,
is
yeah, they just invaded us 5 as opposed to the Malphite not being able to make it in time.
yeah, mid
on
laners
the red
both gonna
side.
hit level 2. Yeah, it's just going to be like a poke war here. Basically, the Zeref just wants to hit as much poke as possible onto Kled, and Kled is looking for like short engages to try and like gain that ground back.
Yeah. But as we've seen from that is the actual hit by Pulverize coming in from Alistar. Dodges the Rakan grand entrance here,
Damage
so
onto the Kai'Sa though. I like the Rakan W there. Just good peel. Once again, I feel like this Malphite is not having a good time into this Olaf at all.
as expected, Olaf just really
Yes.
win.
Oh
But in the
my!
bot lane, we actually just see Xayah just
Solo kill.
taking down Reddish Bean. They're both relatively healthy. I don't know what actually happened.
From the pings, it looked like it was a Xayah ghost, and then Kai'Sa was actually forced to ghost away, but it looks like the outside just got a nice WQ. Would be my
Yeah, probably. But
yeah, they're pushing
as
this
we were
wave
looking,
now.
Morgana did gank and probably land a bind, and Zara did manage to take down Kled as well in the mid lane
Oh,
to
interesting
exchange
trade.
back. Yeah.
Oh, look at the Morgana positioning. This Malphite's gonna be dive on the tower in the top lane.
There's no
Except-
minions, so this is not gonna happen.
you know they and
Yeah.
also the Q missed from the Morgana.
Yeah,
So,
that as well.
no,
So this
nothing
Malphite
happening there.
should be pretty safe.
I do like the fact that they got that bot lane kill though. The Xayah now of the call. It's I feel like it's going to be a very interesting game now because of that. This Xerath, if they don't deal with him soon, is going to be a problem.
Yeah, this could be one of the games that we actually see bot lane actually being heavily ahead of the other one.
And also keep in mind, Kled and Xerath both have R's that allow them to impact areas of the map, top and bot lane, away from their general lane, so their roaming power is much better, or like roaming in quotations for Xerath.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting because if the Xerath gets fed, that R is going to be doing a lot of damage. I think if you're Kled, you're going to be
W coming out from Alistar. This
WQ
just dead. Gets the stun too, and the root caller barely misses the one more auto.
Yeah,
I think it's a tower. Just really.
That was just beautiful from the Alistar there. Unfortunately, the flash wasn't really good from the Kai'Sa either.
I think it was because Rakan got spotted by a ward earlier, and they saw the opportunity.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the roam up. I think it's mid, right?
Yeah.
Kled is looking to push in here, so he needs to be a bit careful about this Rakan. But Xayah's gonna get free plays down on bot. Already has a 150 gold bounty, farming up that call as well. So it's going to be kind of crucial here. Xayah, good job backing away there. Seeing that Rakan roaming back down. So
I did think the Kai'Sa greeted, because if the Kai'Sa flashed the start, the Kai'Sa probably could have lived that. But the Alistar managed to get the E stun off before the Kai'Sa actually flashed. I think so. Probably wanting to save the flash there a bit too much, and
now unfortunately she's down 2 kills and down 2 summoners, right? So this lane state is not exactly good for them. Rakan having the recall as well, and Alistar is dead. I think, are they baiting the Kai'Sa to try and push the wave? I can't tell.
Maybe.
I feel like the Alistar's looking for a hex flash over the wall.
Yeah.
Into a WQ.
But I do think Xayah should be sitting on a decent amount of gold right now, so they should be looking to back after they collect the
Xayah
save,
definitely wants to back, I think.
Yeah.
But
so no more fighting for now for the bot lane, definitely.
Okay, they both hit 6.
Yeah, Carter's being chased by Morgana right now. This Carter seems gets the flash away from the Q though, and probably should be. Oh, the Morgana bind lands into the Olaf, but the Olaf should just be instantly traded. Oh, wait, maybe not. Does Malphite have a Q in it? He flashes. Olaf clicks W, and that is a double kill coming out from Olaf here. But
wait, the Kled though. I don't
the
think
charge. Can he charge into Morgana? Oh,
I don't think Kled can kill
him.
Like there's nothing he can do. One thing is, the reason that went so well is because Olaf has 6, whereas Malphite didn't, and that's that CS gap, right? Malphite is 33 CS and was on the tower for a lot of that lane. So
yeah, and there's signs of hope coming out from Bean's side after getting almost double killed almost by the bot lane there with the Olaf.
Once again, that Olaf is going to be a menace towards the Xayah. I don't think they want a repeat of game 1, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they figure out how to deal with this issue, right? So.
I think the Carter's got a bit caught out of position there. Might have been going for top scuttle while top didn't have prior at all. That might have been one. Yeah.
And Loki, this Carter hasn't done anything so far. In
And
this.
it would have been fine, but Morgana landed the binding, which was
Yep.
what caused it. But here comes another headbutt pulverized out of the Alistar. Gets the root
Oh,
caller there,
great
the root
roots.
onto Kai'Sa. I don't think this will be a
so
kill though, but both of them will be extremely low after the Zaya
Yeah.
keeps dishing in feathers at them.
That was so much healing though. Like
Yeah, so both reddish bean and bluish bean
Yeah.
will be
once again, Kai'Sa
pretty
still
low
doesn't have
here.
flash. So if she gets caught, she's almost certainly dead.
They're going for the dive with the Carthus, which is really
I
nicely
think,
synced.
does that kill? It kills. Yeah,
It does kill, but
Zerath is
what
here,
they're not,
Zerath is
Zerath
here.
has roamed down. Lands a W and the Q into both. Did his E land? Or if
no,
it
he
was E
doesn't have
landed,
E.
maybe he could have commits the R though. Lands to
that is-
my!
That is so much damage. What the hell?
Just really well played from Gronk there, especially with the ulti.
Yeah, that
Connects
was
all
a great
three
run
onto
from
Alistar
Gronk.
instantly.
Yeah, great run from Gronk, and also the Malphite is not pushing top. He's not getting anything off of the Olaf roam into mid. The cover, because he's just freezing the wave, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great coordination on blue side. For Olaf to roam down, allowing Zerath to be freed to out the bot lane as well. So very well played.
Yeah. But yeah, that was how the first Karthus ulti was expended, which is really nicely expended, getting the kill onto Rakan. So hopefully Karthus can get more ahead of this Morgana
Indeed.
as well after that.
Yeah. I'll also note that the Xayah has a cull, whereas the Kai'Sa does not. So the Xayah is probably gonna look to ramp into that mid game spike a little bit faster, which I agree with. But she is obviously 2 kills. So
Xayah will be quite a bit ahead of this Kai'Sa for a while.
yeah. Is that wait? What's that first item actually? Is it Storm Razor?
Yes, it should be Storm Razor.
Okay.
But
Oh,
it's
is
looking
that-
for a
is that
dive
Golden?
between
I
Zerath
think it
and
is, yeah.
Olaf here. He doesn't have Zerath, so he lands the
He's
Q though.
very low. He's
The wave-
definitely
There is a new wave
divable.
coming in though. Yeah, he's probably just gonna be forced.
He
to
needs
leave
to
this
back.
tower.
If he goes in, he's dead for sure.
Yeah, once again, this Olaf just getting mad plates right now. So, I'm really hoping that it won't just be an
Claire is
Olaf
getting plates
angle
back, but
similar to game one.
it's probably not worth, right? The Olaf is already fed. Karthus is getting the dragon though, and bot scuttle. Off of that, Morgana showing top.
Yeah, Morgana has secured the Rift Herald as well. So, just the
This Zerath
Rift-
also needs to be really careful to not die in this clip. He's playing very safe on the tower, which I agree with. If you push even like slightly up, the Cled's just gonna R into you, and then you really can't play at that range.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and Karthus just knowing that the Morgana's top side just going in this jungle. This could be even like a bot dive here that they might be looking for. Meanwhile, Kled
he goes
engages
in.
onto Zerath, just full engage.
Whoa,
Commits
whoa,
everything, just
whoa,
commit
whoa.
all in, but this is looking really bad for the
this does
Kled.
not look good. This
Kled
does
is
not
just
look good
dead.
at all.
Meanwhile, on the bot side though, could be a
No,
dive coming out maybe if they get this wave shot them with Al. Wait, Ali actually is burned ulti already. I don't know if they should actually commit for this. Alistar's lost the taking this against from the Unbreakable Will, but it seems like Ali
He's
goes
going
for the
for
double
a
head.
big WQ. Oh, this does not look good.
The root caller, they're coming back from Xayah maybe? Gets chopped.
Oh,
lost
the
auto.
Rakan!
Oh, but Xayah
Okay.
does manage to take him down.
Yeah,
But
that is a
this
1 for 2. Definitely
this-
not ideal.
is going extremely bad for
As you
Red
stated,
side here.
bit of an over-ambitious dive as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure
don't-
about diving with Karthus as well.
I didn't see what happened, but Alistar used ulti before they went for that dive. Like if
Yeah.
Alistar had ult, this probably could have been a lot different. He could have tanked up a lot more tower shots.
And the Rakan got I think a really good knock-up, and then he charmed Desire as well.
Oh,
So-
the Dark Binding barely misses there. If that missed, I
What a
do believe
shame.
the Malphite was it. Karthus does burn ult. I wonder what this is for though.
I don't know.
Does get the Zerath
I-
decently low, I guess. Could be
No,
even
I-
cancelling the Kaiser's back. I'm not too sure what that was for.
It's
But,
interesting because Desire was probably backing anyway because of his. He has some issues with his mana, right? He was very low mana.
Oh, Ali was trying to deny the back from Kaiser, just losing himself
he's-
more than half of his HP bar after that too.
Oh, and cancelled the back on Zaya as well.
Wait, Zerath is
Lord.
does 1 HP right now. If this Q lands, he seems to be dead. Oh, barely
wait,
sidesteps
he
that.
is an
Karthus
auto
is he though? Flash Q
Karthus
gets
gets the
them,
kill.
gets the Morg. Can he land a couple more
He
Qs?
needs to get an
Zerath,
E.
does
Oh,
land.
he got stunned. They should not chase the Zerath here. That Zerath lands an E onto the Karthus, and he's like practically dead as well. So he needs to be very
And
careful.
also, they didn't have any information on the Olaf, and they probably should have saw him
Exactly.
walking down from the top river
Kled
ward
is
there as well.
okay. You know, Kled is in a little bit of danger here.
Oh, lands the Q. I think Olaf can go off this. It gets the Q effect. Just
Yep.
ultimately just sends it with the R. Gets the final Q.
Oh,
Dead
I
to the
think
tower shot.
I think he's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's dead to the tower shot. after
One
Carthus
for
gets
one.
that last Q.
I think that's fine. I think if you're Carthus, you take that any day.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
he does.
and also it forced Ghost as well, right? Like it forced
Yeah,
Ghost from NR
Force
from
Ghost and Olaf.
and also Bounty from.
Barrett does open R. He wants to get this
yeah,
last
I
kill
know, he's
onto.
dead.
Yeah, and finally
Oh no, this Zerv is
shoots
so
down
dead.
Kled. We do see a bit of
the
pings
Carthus
coming out.
king
From Carthus.
Yeah, that is. This Zerv is really fit now. It's
Yeah, the Zerath is
yeah.
4-0, much like
and because he's fed, he's going for the Ludens instead of the Leandries as well. So it's going to be a bit concerning.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of poke coming out from this Zerath when they're gonna fight
this
for
this
objectives.
Kled needs to the Kled and Alistar need to find a way to engage onto this Earth.
Yeah.
Luckily, they have Malphite R as well. So Malphite R into like Kled or like Xayah would probably be enough to kill because he doesn't have a stopwatch either.
We just need to keep a note down of who has flash and who doesn't for this Malphite R, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like they really want to take fights where these Zerv doesn't have flash, right? Like that would definitely be ideal to catch him. He obviously doesn't have stopwatch, so it's still he's still very vulnerable, right? And he only has a 1 E. If he misses that E, then he's just like a sitting dog, basically.
yeah. I think both teams though setting up for Dragon. It seems spawning relatively soon. Morgana's gonna take this reset probably after getting this Krugs.
Yep. I think also.
Oh, Kled just walked up
taking
though. But the Zerath E does miss. Malphite is here as well. They won't want to fight this Malphite. Oh, lands Zerath. And this Zerath is just dead to Carthus probably.
That was that was exactly what we mentioned, what we wanted to see from them, right? Like the combo of the Malphite R, especially explaining the fact that the Morgana wasn't here.
The Morgana knockbinding does land and Kled does.
Oh, whoa.
Guys here as well. I think the smoke should be dead
No,
too.
wait, the Morg is dead.
But he comes to pick this out of the con. It's a 2v2 right now. Kai'Sa ult in. I think Xayah should be dead.
Xayah didn't have Xayah used the R earlier.
Coming out from.
And the Kai'Sa just got such a good angle on them. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, they should be able to maybe.
That was a 3 for 5, I think. So.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate that I feel like if the Xayah and Alistar went kind of through top, they could have escaped. Like after killing the Morgana, but Xayah like overstayed for the Morgana, so it's unfortunate. Also, interesting swing now. The Carthus has 5 kills.
He has the death cap straight up after Leandris. He's pretty strong right now. But that is the red team currently on Dragon already hitting it. Zerath just clicks R on it. Can we as this Carthus is like already solo, but that is the second Dragon being taken down from.
And it's also a great situation because the Carthus having the like.
But the Olaf once again just running into the entire enemy team and not giving a damn. But Xayah does.
Rakan W
with the root caller.
Rakan W is pretty good. Alistar misses WQ.
Oh, and that's a flash onto.
Yeah, he misses WQ. That is disastrous. They need to get out.
See if Xayah can land this E. Rakan goes for the W. Alistar goes back for the combo. Alistar is dead. Can Xayah land the E?
Kled just goes in. I don't think Kled can get anything here.
Yeah, Kled should just be... Okay, he does flash away though. Rakan W does land and into a Xerath. That is
terrible. It's terrible
for the blue team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carthus because with that Leandris, right? Because of how squishy the blue team is, he's actually gonna be very impactful with those R's. Problem is, in team fights, once again, like the Morgana is just doing a lot. 11 assists already, right? So, it's unfortunate.
Although that the red team got ace, they did manage to get the second Infernal Drake, which puts them one step closer and getting the I believe that wait, what soul was it? I wasn't paying attention.
Don't know, but if we're talking about what the outfit for red team is, it's definitely like going for soul, right? Like
Yeah.
that's definitely the
This is
main
probably
option.
their win con trying to go to this game. They already have 2 dragons to kill, 2 more dragons. They will have the
Yep.
soul that ultimately will just give them more
Carthage
stats.
is also starting Herald here. I don't know. I feel like if the Alistar landed the WQ combo, that fight was actually won for them. So it's just unfortunate that was the moment where he misplayed the ball.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit unfortunate that they're coming
yeah,
out. But
yeah. Oh, and now it looks like the Olaf is contesting because okay.
The Zerathar
I'm
does
pretty
force
sure.
out the Zaya R as well coming out.
Yeah, they're
Zerath
taking
is
Herald as
actually like
The Zerath is doing a
really
lot now.
yeah he could. His skill shot with the Zerathar is actually really accurate.
Kled needs to
That's interesting.
prioritize his engage a bit more into the Zeraf, I think. The problem is they didn't really have that much engage apart from the Malphite to go with Kled. So it's gonna be interesting what they do here. I feel like Kled should definitely look into a more now Mortius buy once again.
Yeah, it is into Morgana, Zerath, and Khan,
Yeah.
but they're gonna look for this.
Malphite's alright. Yeah.
Yeah, forces the Malphite R out, which is
That's definitely T1 on top lane. So,
yeah, but that would be top tower taken down from blue team as well.
whoa, interesting angle here.
I believe the Zerath
First
should be dead from
splash,
this.
He should be dead, but Olaf is dead. Clean up, they're not careful.
He's Olaf is really reconned, and Olaf should
The
just get both here.
Rakan flank.
But on the other side, though, the
Nice
flash
WQ, okay.
coming out from Alistar. But
No,
Zaya
there's
quickly
not enough.
ults away from
They
that.
can't fight this. It's an overstay.
They
There
do
is no
have
block.
Olaf and Rakan on their way right now. Alistar
There's
goes
no
for the
damage.
return.
There's no damage. There's no damage.
With the Rakan shields coming in, there should be enough to. Oh wait,
Okay,
no, the Red
Carter's
Room comes out to strike.
Carter's
and
not taking
Kaz gets taken
I
down by the
completely
Red
forgot
Room.
what Carter's start. They need to leave. I don't think they can win this, can they?
Yeah,
do they
probably
have the
not.
damage?
Karthus is doing quite a bit of damage.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Malphite's
mainly
just doing-
Carthus. The Malphite's doing a great. Oh, he is building Iceborne Gauntlets, so that does make sense why he's not doing any damage. But sorry, I'm too used to the ARAM AP Malphite. So yeah, the Carthus is looking to probably carry this game. The Zaya is actually getting run down pretty hard in most of these fights. Kled is he's remounted.
if this
but
Morgana bind lands, this
needs
could
to-
go
he needs to
extremely
dodge
bad for him.
Q. Does sidestep it though.
Rylai's slow.
Yeah. The next bind should be up soon.
No,
Okay,
he's
yeah,
gone.
it's just either way.
He's dodging pretty well. Honestly.
Yeah.
That does some great moves. And yeah, obviously the Morgana Rylai is going to make her like abilities much more annoying in team fights as well.
Yeah.
Rylai's Leandri's a standard combo. Karthus is here. Doesn't seem to know the Rakan and Olaf are here. Malphite could look for an R, but the Alistar and Zaya push on the tower in mid. So it's a bit...
Probably want to wait for when Drag is up, or if Kled can get his opportunity, he's just gonna a little bit
Whoa, what?
of an interesting ulti there.
Whoa.
The onto the black shield
It
and
wasn't even a black shield, he
through as
missed.
well. This could be.
This is disaster. They need to leave. They need to give this Drake.
Olaf is just running at them. Olaf does not care if they're giving. He's running at them regardless of what is going on, and that should be a dead cow as well.
That is devastating. That is Drake handed over +3 for 0. Yeah, I think that's.
Well, honestly, they could even go Baron here, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that might have.
Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna try to do. They're gonna shove out the mid wave and just instantly go Baron of this. This is
that is a massive swing. The Kled Malphite just not connecting with either ability. Malphite actually missed the R. He didn't even break the spell shield.
I think that was a bit disastrous right there for the. But we see Olaf's just not caring, just flashing on the Karthus. He just doesn't want the jungler in there to even try to steal the Baron. So
that is a shutdown though. That is a shutdown.
But they do get Baron off that, like.
Yeah,
he was just beelining it at the.
It's only worth for the Olaf, right? But
Yeah.
if you're the red team, you want to push out these waves as much as you can. Someone needs to go bot, try to push out that wave as well. I think if Zaya could look for to get this turret actually. Everyone back. Yeah, they need to now hold against Baron Siege, which is going to be a bit difficult, especially with top lane basically already being down to C3.
This Olaf once again is 11-4. Much of a scoreline as compared to game one, like they really haven't found any way to actually deal with this Olaf, which is one of the main reasons for why they're actually losing this game right now.
Once again, that lack of an Olaf, man, really punishing them now. Also,
Oh,
got
that
poke
Zerath
onto Xayah. Oh my.
nearly just takes down the Xayah. Just has the base again.
That actually means it's gonna be a lot harder to hold against next wave here.
Yeah, but we do see Kled though having a flank position. He's probably gonna pop the art anytime soon now, going in behind them. Yeah, here comes the charge. Can he? Misses it again though, unfortunately. And on the other side, Morgana has already taken down.
Wait, I think Kaiser's dead. Kaiser's dead. Okay.
Yeah, Kaiser has to try to kill it instinct in for the shield, but he's taken down by the Malphite ulti. Wow, the Zerath damage is... I don't know if Alistair should have went in there. Okay, yeah, has to flash out there. So a little bit of miscommunication and just like... Oh, they're clearly not very...
Yeah, and also Karthus is most of the damage, and they lost Karthus really early into Kaiser, which would be fine in a normal game, but it's a Zerath that's doing a lot of damage in this game state. So
yeah, definitely showing a bit of miscommunication there, I think, for the red team. Kled once again, unfortunately, just missed his ulti, didn't actually connect onto anyone, and just did a drive-by there. So wasn't actually very optimal for the red team there, being down 5.3k gold now.
Yep. This is going to be a really difficult lead to come back from, I think, for red team. Especially because that Olaf is basically it's Sterak's next. But I feel like he's going to be as strong as he can be after the Sterak's. And that top side is definitely a big problem for red team as well. So it definitely gives end potential at any point.
And do keep in mind that as soon as the Zerath, who is doing quite a bit of damage, hits that Rabadon's death cap, this will be a nightmare for Xayah even, mostly.
Yeah, this Xayah is having a horrible time to Zerath.
Just getting poked.
Yeah.
Once again.
Oh, yeah, well, Alistair landed pretty good, good W, but
this Olaf is just he's on 3 items, man. Like, it's gonna be.
I feel like Monkey D Tofu just knows how to play this Olaf like way too well. Like, I don't know what they can do here.
Yeah, like this draft is honestly really good if they are in this game set right now, where doing a lot of the poking and Olaf's just running at them. Denies the clip thing though. Recall.
Yeah, and I think the Morgana is doing a great job with the spell shield as well, right? Protecting his Zerath from any engage is doing a very excellent job.
And that might just be a dead cat.
Very close to dead. I think next wave, if they stay for it, looks like they don't. Are they rotating mid? Oh no, they're setting up. They're backing and to set up for Dragon. Looks like. Because blue team really wants this drag to deny soul points from red team. And if they deny soul points and fight around Baron, I don't think red team can hold. Especially with the Zerath poke.
Oh, that's a nice flash coming out.
Oh my god, that's done.
Oh, that's Karthus down for them.
Yeah.
Malphite actually goes for the ulti and he might have just like killed himself there, unfortunately. But no, blue team
he's really tanky at least. The Kled didn't finish anyone off.
Oh, this is.
He ran right past all
still Ragnarok running at the Xayah, but does force out the Featherstorm, can probably make some space out. Oh, Olaf!
Oh, flash! Okay.
Managed to get some kills back.
I need to be really careful here. A single W, and the TP.
Oh, Xayah goes for the. Oh, but
they need to go. I think Alistair's just stalling so that Xayah can get out.
Alistair actually is dodging some skill shots though. He might be able to get out. This W is going to land there, and that. I think they're going to go for this dragon now. If this blue
that Zerath range is just way too much. Xayah played really well that fight, but
Xayah was definitely trying her hardest to try to keep her team in the game. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I feel like if the Kled just stayed and.
But there's a TP though coming out from Alpha. They actually want to deny the soul. They actually want to try to get soul point here, but Morgana is there with the smite. I think this should
I don't think
be a free dragon. And Malphite might have just.
He's just dead. Yeah, he's just dead for sure.
Wow.
I forget if the last fight, Kled just went for one of the backline carries. He could have at least killed one of them.
Yeah, and also look at Malphite's build, man. He's going full armor. Frostfire into Thornmail with plated steel caps into Warden's mail. Like, he has no MR, and he was fighting against Morgana and Zerath, the two.
Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting communication.
He just absolutely gets shredded there.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing he can do. Like like honestly, he's so behind at the moment. I don't know. I feel like if they just set up around Baron, like blue team can just set up around Baron, bait red team to have to contest him, because otherwise I don't think red team can survive in our siege.
And also, I think this next fight is going to be extremely hard for red side to win. Look at Zerath and Kai'Sa, double stopwatch already built. Morgana has a black shield for herself.
And Xayah also has mid flash.
Yeah, so it's going to be extremely...
Okay, I think Guitarza is dead.
Oh my. Zerath is just... Zerath single-handedly with one ult just got Xayah and Karthus on HP.
Yeah, and that's a free Baron. I think this is going to be a siege, probably to take out all outer turrets and maybe even some inhibs. Especially with the Zerath poke. How do you play into the Zerath? Like, you're on the tower and he's gonna be able to poke you for like 1/3 of your health with every kill.
Yeah, you just need to try to dodge his ulti shot. Yeah. Like, that's honestly. But with how Gronk is playing right now, he's like really not letting him dodge any. Like, he's playing really well right now. 9-2 on the Zerath, 3 items already. Stopwatch just to survive this probably Malphite engage too. So it's looking extremely well so far for the blue team. Sieging on the top inhib as well. Alistar does actually go in though. This could be really bad. Popsy and Breakable will probably should be able to survive this though. And so that is almost half the top lane inhib tower being taken down.
Yeah, and I think with the overflexing mid as well, it's I think top tower is definitely dead. With this next wave, I don't think they can hold it.
And yeah, we'll see if red team is gonna go for break play with the Malphite engage here.
Yeah,
they're going to bleed out. This top inhib is going down. The bottom going to transition to mid inhib right now. Typical macro players coming out from the blue team.
Great macro from blue team here. They did not take this tower.
Ulting again. Only managed to connect one though because Kled is running at him. But okay, Karthus does pop out. He's channeling ult like right. Oh, but Malphite gets a 4-man ult. But this could
wait.
really good. It's just Olaf right now. Xayah
Xayah needs to kill.
Oh.
Okay. Actually good. Actually not bad.
It's actually
Zerath has no mana. Zerath has no mana.
I think Kled should be able to get him with the...
Yeah, so much mana. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, Zerath passive there.
That was beautiful. That was Malphite to save that play.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by the Malphite, finding that angle for that 4-man ult.
The good thing for blue team here is that there are no objectives up. They lose basically nothing from this, apart from maybe 2 towers, would be my estimate.
Yeah.
I feel like if they want, they could go for inhib tower here as well.
But this is what the red team needed. They needed to win a fight, right?
Yeah, they don't need to win a fight, but it's not like this game got any easier for them, right? Like, this game is still going to be incredibly difficult.
Yeah. I think the Zerath wanted to go for the ult poke, but had to cancel it because of the Kled.
Yeah, and once again, I think the key was the Kled going onto Zerath, right? Yeah. The thing that we were mentioning, like the Kled has to somehow lock down the Zerath, even at the cost of his life, right? So, yeah, great play from the Kled and the Malphite with that was a beautiful play.
That was a beautiful Malphite ult, yes, for sure.
Yeah, and also I still feel like they could have gone the inhib tower there, especially with that bounty. It's actually very significant, but now. Next fight is going to be soul points for either team. They need to be really careful.
Yeah, but keep in mind, like, Olaf, Morgana, Zerath, and Kai'Sa all have stopwatches or Zhonya's.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it would be extremely hard for them both.
Whoa.
Actually gonna go into Morgana and Olaf here.
They're gonna go into Olaf. If they kill Olaf, he has massive... Oh, wait.
Morgana, okay, they forced 2 flashes out though, but this Zerath poke from the other side of them...
They forced Zerathar. Wait, it's actually good.
But Karthus is just 1 HP, channeling R right now.
Keep in mind, Olaf doesn't have TP.
I don't know if Zerath should have Zhonya's there to avoid the
I don't think he should have.
Yeah, he probably just dies here. Wait, this is actually
This is great. This is an excellent
2 people
play.
going down. I think Kai'Sa is out of position as well.
Wait, Kai'Sa, he's dead.
No, the feather stop. Oh, Kai'Sa flashes the E pull out, but Alistar will just Well, Alsa
this
has a
this Xayah needs to leave and just let the Malphite do it. Yeah, don't take that risk. Beautiful fight actually. This
actually
blue
a
team positioning was
huge
horrible.
comeback coming out from 5 pigs 1 team right now.
Yeah, and now they're saying the dragon. They're on soul points. That was just a terrible blue team like positioning. The Kai'Sa was completely out of the fight. That I don't know about this engage though. I do agree with getting this inhib tower, but they definitely do not want to fight this Olaf.
Holy, this Olaf though is
oh
just being
my
a menace,
God.
running it in. The Rakan engage can actually provide some. But
There's
can,
no close. There's
can
no
Malphite and Kled just close this? That
and they got inhib tower too. It's actually not. It's actually okay. Like, it's fine. They traded inhib tower. Hopefully they can't get inhib though. There's no way. They need to back off, and then they need to push out top wave.
actually a huge comeback
Yeah.
so far coming out.
Yeah,
Still
great-
down
great
5k in gold though. They are definitely still behind, but some signs of hope being shown right now from 5 pigs 1 team.
Yeah, and right now the key is, can the Olaf kill the Xayah, or will the Kled kill the Xerath, right? That's the dynamic we're looking at. The key right now is Xerath and Xayah.
I do think the Xayah right now with the Featherstorm, especially with the items right now, she's going to be doing a lot of damage. So it's actually not as easy for the Olaf to just run in and kill the Xayah.
Stopwatch is gone for the Olaf, but he has Anathemas, which I'm guessing is going
He's
on
on
Xayah.
Xayah.
Yeah. It's that's going to make Xayah's life even harder.
Yes.
Also, the Xayah has more. So that gives her more survivability against the Xerath, obviously. But it also means her damage output is going to be much lower against our Olaf, right? Because with Olaf in R, all you're doing is trying to out damage his healing, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top in this next fight, which I think will probably decide this game.
The next fight should probably be around this Baron, I think, that is spawning like right now as we speak. So it's really depending on like the previous 2 Barons that I believe what Beans have gotten was mainly because they picked off the enemy jungler somehow. So we'll see if they can actually take down this Karthus once again.
Yep, and they are
It seems to just be starting but this is water. They're probably not aware of this. There is a ward on the top side of the pit.
But I don't think they're there on time.
Yeah, they're just gonna burst this, honestly. And there goes Olaf staying Baron. But this
the Malphite's late. The Malphite's late.
The Malphite's late. Look good of not.
Big R though. Big R.
Xayah is here.
Olaf on Xayah. Olaf on Xayah.
This doesn't look good for the blue team. Honestly, I think this might be just honestly be game right now. Olaf needs to try to.
There's a last hope. It's not enough. But they can't end. Mid lane is pushed in. They have no wave.
I think they can have Malphite just tank the wave. Malphite just.
That is true. Well, except for.
Oh, Malphite doesn't have TP actually, so I think they can't actually end it. They can get inhib though.
No. Wait, Click can tank.
No, they're not gonna go for it.
I don't think they can do it though.
Yeah, Kled's just gonna get inhib and.
Keep in mind also Rakan still has Baron.
He does get off Baron, but that was not a good fight for them to lose.
Yes. And somehow there's still a 5k gold lead. I don't know how, but even though they trade a 4-for-1, there's still a 5k gold lead.
They did get Baron there as well.
That is true. That is definitely true. I think next fight's gonna be Soul Point. The red team has to focus on pushing out the waves. Someone has to go bot and push out that bot wave. Which looks like it's gonna be Malphite. Yeah, good macro here. Xayah needs to push out mid with the Alistar shadowing them. And they need to try and just farm up and maybe get a stop and then just position around for Soul Point drag. Would be my opinion here.
Drake, or maybe not last if Beans gets it, but this Mountain Drake is going to come up really soon. We do see Kled TPing towards mid, to try to push his mid wave out.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know why he TP. I feel like the Xayah could have pushed that out as well, but
they probably want to set up for drag and get that space early and see how it goes.
Yeah, the Xayah has GA. That is key. Whereas the Kai'Sa does not. However, the Olaf does. So this Olaf into Xayah matchup, if Xayah gets caught even once, it's over for red team. The game is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with the last few fights, we finally saw the impact of obviously the team fight centric comp from red side, right? Malphite are
sure.
Malphite
are Kled are even, but and this Alistar combo,
yeah,
just really causing havoc in this matchup.
Yeah. and we've actually seen the Xerath's, like, I guess, what we call it, effectiveness has dropped up a little bit, right? They've been just engaging on him a lot, forcing the Zhonyas, even the double Zhonyas from the Morgana and the Xerath, right? Now, Xayah positioning here is key.
Speaking of Xerath, he has opened up the
He has used the R, but
has
none
forced
of
out
them.
this. He does manage to take down Carthus, so that I believe like Requiem should be coming in soon. That's a great pick so far for the blue team right now coming up. And Olaf on the other side of the map has taken down Alistar. So this,
they need to give. This is not winnable anymore.
I think this could be the game, honestly. They've taken down 2 members. Oh, sorry, they've taken down 3 members. Xayah's 1 HP, has to back. It's just Xayah and
Claire have to hold this for 30 seconds.
I think this is game. I really think.
I don't think they can do it either. But
yeah, this has to be. And Xayah doesn't even have R, so doesn't Kled. Kled just needs to try. They really need to try to break the wave if they can. But yeah, I think they've taken the towers way too fast. I think this should be it. Kled goes in for a desperation play. Xayah trying to follow up the best way he can. Xayah still has a GA, but no, the blue team is just ending. That should just be game for the blue team.
Yep.
And we just congratulations to Beans for being the ultimate victor for UNSW Contenders Cup League of Legends Term 3 this term.
Yep.
Man,
and they come through with the clutch in the end. Yep, and I have to say, very well played for blue team, especially the Olaf there. Key to that final fight, building the GA basically made him be able to survive almost in all of those. So
really just really nice try for the red team. They really had Comex going with those 2 or 3 consecutive teamfight wins off that massive Malphite ultimate we see coming up from RazorLol24. But yeah, just towards the very end, couldn't really close it off the pick. Just once again, the Xerath ult just being extremely annoying for them. Almost killing or just picking off a team of
and that was a really good comeback. Like almost a comeback made for red team. However, once again, it's just that Olaf, man. I feel like if they banned that Olaf, it's a whole different game. But
yeah, it's just this.
Unfortunately, that
Olaf and honestly, the Xerath was a huge problem too.
Yeah, but the Xerath fell off at the end, right? The main problem, in my opinion, was that the Xayah, no matter how fed a Xayah gets, an Olaf that just runs at them with a GA, like there's nothing you can do, right? Your R is completely inconsequential.
Yeah.
So, very unfortunate there, but very, very well played to them.
Yeah. So on that note, really big congrats to Beans for going off with this win today. But once again, a mad shout out to Gigabyte ARS for providing us with the prizes that we have for this Contenders Cup. Really big shout out to them for making this happen. And if you guys enjoyed, please go over to Gigabyte ARS and give them a kind message. And this will be all for the League of Legends side for this tournament. But stay tuned because we do have UNSW Contenders Cup Valorant Prime coming up this weekend. So that is where the higher tier players in Valorant will be showing off for some monitors, I believe.
And yeah, we look very excited for that. Once again, UCC bringing us like a lot of great games with all the League of Legends talents that we have in society. Yeah, and saw some very close games, comeback performances. So that was interesting. And once again, very happy to have casted this with Ricky.
Pleasure to cast with you, Sam. But that should be all from us today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching these games. I know Sam and I had a blast casting this and watching this ourselves. And also a mad shout out to the man behind this, Ixidul, for making this stream happen as well. But if that's the case, we'll see you guys on the weekends for Valorant Prime.
Yep.
Stay safe.
See you guys. Thanks for watching.